The topic is
But you're trying so hard. You're trying to be an
I already
Still
stumbled.
still someone putting their will over another.
Mute him. Thank you.
You're trying hard to be you are coming off as an intellectualistic contrarian. Okay, fine. Maybe the wording is a little exaggerated, but will you agree that circumcision is a violation of bodily consent at least? That's kind of where the grape part comes from.
Yes, it is consent, but that's what your parents do. Your
Okay,
parents
so if my
approve
parents
this consent.
Okay, so
But
we're
the
gonna appeal.
parents
Okay,
didn't
we're gonna
do it.
appeal to parents. We're gonna appeal to parental authority. Okay, we're gonna appeal to parental authority. Okay, I could debunk this in one easy way. So if I was born into my parents, and this is why we have to stop fetishizing parents as a society. So if I was born and my parents said, okay, you gotta do slave labor around the field, should the child obey them just because they're their parents? Fuck that.
Well, what do you mean a fetish though? What do you mean
Wait,
by
I know
fetishize
why.
parents?
I know why you guys are using this.
Authority of parents. I think it's way too. I understand why we must. I don't believe, and parents shouldn't be unconditionally respected. I understand the unconditional respect part comes from the fact that we as society assume that parents are busting their ass to give kids, their sacrifices. But that's not always the case. A lot of parents are negligent. A lot of parents are lazy. A lot of parents are irresponsible. A lot of parents are very emotionally unavailable. I think it's time as society we stop with this outdated, chivalry towards parents and realize a lot of parents are not ideal clean cut people that society makes them out to be.
Oh, could I say something?
We over romanticize parenthood so much.
Well, it's
But
not
not
their
every-
fault though.
Yeah,
It's
but
not entirely
what
their
do you
fault.
mean by fetish?
Yes, go say something. Say something, bud.
What is that fetish?
I know exactly why you guys are
Not
using
sexual
this.
fetishize. I mean, like we put them too much on a pedestal to society. It's time we stop putting parents on a pedestal to society. Hold them accountable just like everybody else. Don't give them social immunity.
I
I
why you
mean,
guys use
but
this
isn't the idea of
topic.
consent like a made up term that doesn't actually mean anything then?
Oh, so then I guess in your worldview, rape doesn't exist. Then
So might makes right.
Circumcision is not rape.
Yes, it is.
I know that, but no, I'm
It's
not responding to you.
not.
I'm
Okay,
not
good for
responding
You
you.
have to
You don't
stick
care.
a piece of metal to separate your dick from the gland, the skin.
Hey, tell me you're
Foreskin from the
liberal without
glands.
telling me you're liberal.
Okay,
You're a
bye-bye.
fucking liberal, you dumb bitch.
Wait, hold on. Let me cook him. Hey,
What's
boy.
with the
Fucking
anger?
liberal, you
Hey,
dumb
boy,
fucking
hey,
bitch.
hold on. Let me cook.
You
let me
can't even
cook
fucking define the fucking term, you dumb fucking cow.
Let me cook. Let me cook him. Let me cook him.
So you guys are just gonna mute anybody who speaks?
Yes,
Hold
we will.
Hey, cook. Let me cook you, bro. You're gonna call us liberals, but you're
You are liberal.
You can't even
Hey,
define
cook.
it, sir.
You sound like somebody who literally has to take testosterone shots to even get a manly voice. So what are you talking about?
What? See, that's
Look at
something
this
that a
sound-
liberal will do.
Listen to your own voice, dude. You sound like SpongeBob.
I sound like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You sound like
You sound
SpongeBob.
like
Maybe
a
I don't-
grapey creeper is what you sound like.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a fat
You
ass.
sound like okay, great. At least you're not denying you're a grapey creeper.
Bro, you sound like SpongeBob.
Dude.
Shut up.
Oh my
You're
god.
not- Maybe on a lower note, but you still sound like SpongeBob. Literally, you're.
But I don't
but
see
you are,
color, and
I'm
there's
going to interject you, Madison. Hey, I'm going to have to interject you, Madison. Your kind, white women, literally run this country. Ideologically, you're inside the house, right?
what
She
can,
said
what
she
can
don't.
I do
You're
for
right
our
next to
country
Master.
though?
She
You're
said
right.
she don't see color. She said she don't
You
see
are
color.
right.
I
Yeah,
don't.
she's fucking colorblind.
I don't because my
dumbest
whole
shit.
family is
Oh wait,
surrounded
did
by
she say
it.
that? Wait, Lancaster, thank you for catching that. That's a Freudian slip. Are you colorblind, Madison?
No, I just see people as people, and they're in my
so-
family no
so
matter
that-
what.
okay, how many? Wait. That girl, I got you. I'm gonna let you get this. Just let me hold on, Madison. You don't see color, right? We all bleed the same, no?
I
That's what-
honestly
that's what
believe
say-
so.
How much, if you could think about it, how much white blood has been spilled, and then how much black blood has been spilled? Who spilled more?
I think that more black blood has been spilled than white blood.
But you don't see color.
But
Right?
I
So
don't
now
see,
you see now you see. So hopefully now you could see the
I don't see
amount
color in the
of
aspect
pain,
of
suffering,
my
and honestly, when I say black person, what comes to your mind, Madison? What's the first thing when I say a black person? What's the first thing?
Canadian, bro.
Fuck.
I'm Canadian, and my net worth is larger than yours.
Yeah,
so
it
what are we
doesn't
talking
matter
about?
though.
What are we talking about here?
Abby is gone. Abby reported, and who's the other one? They're reporting the fucking live.
They reported it.
Of course she is. Of course.
I would
I'm
like to
here.
say, why would you think that
Who
a
Abby,
reported
can you
man
shut
that
the
was
fuck up,
willing?
stupid Packy?
I would like to understand your
Phoenix,
rationale.
can you not get
If
your
you think-
bitches under control?
Fucking Norbert's gone too.
Norbert's gone all of a sudden. Norbert.
Disciple, I know you're drunk, but could you please just, I beg, just let me finish the sentence.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Now, Kiera, you said that you think Schmittler was good for nationalism. Do you not believe you can take a nationalistic
I was following you up until the point where you say killing gay people. Where does it say that killing gay people is okay?
Leviticus 20.
And what is Leviticus 20?
If a man lies with a man and his woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, and their blood is upon them.
Okay.
Yeah.
$50 for the rest of the night. I don't know how much they're going to be tomorrow. They're trying to bring it back up to that $17.99, $18.99, and I my hands are free from it. We got 1 minute and 35 seconds on that clock. Revamp your closet now, ladies. You got to.
Getting old, dude. Like,
Bro, why do you have an issue, bro?
It's just you like the term.
You just
based
have an
is
issue with
fucking-
anything that
everybody
anybody
knows-
says,
Everything
man.
is based.
All right.
It's stupid.
Calm down, dude.
I'm calm.
Calm down, lady.
Am I not calm?
No.
Tony, immense
not.
to you. I still love you, bro. You know, we have our disagreements, but I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, brother. But
thank you.
I think that you're just you're just ignorant on this. It's okay.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Callie, what do you want?
No, I just wanted to find out what's up with my name because I'm with Christine and her friends. I can get along with this, but with my name, what's going on?
What do you mean?
My name is Tony Montana. First of all.
Tony Montana? I'm sorry, all I see is my
Oh,
name.
so did you come up here to reprimand me, Callie?
No, I want to know, like, what's wrong with that?
Ask me.
Are you
the
a
question.
Zionist?
I absolutely am. What's wrong with it?
Oh, okay. That's why I wanted
So
to
she's
clarify.
gonna crash out. She doesn't even know the definition. Give me the definition of Zionist.
That you believe in the state of Israel, for
Oh my
one.
God, how dare I?
That's not
Yeah.
exactly.
And number two, that there's no such thing as Palestine, Gaza Strip, or that
Who
it
was the
belongs
first
to
leader
you.
of? Okay, let me ask you a question. Then I heard your question. Who
Yeah.
was the first president of Palestine?
I don't know.
Okay, so how can you get up here and actually sit here and tell me that what I believe is wrong and you don't even fucking know
I didn't
anything
say
about
it was wrong. I just asked if you're a Zionist. And you are a Zionist. That's
Yeah,
what you
and
are.
I don't believe Palestine was ever a real country.
Well, can you
'cause it wasn't.
define what Zionism is, though?
Yeah,
before
it's
we-
the belief that the Jewish people have a right to live and self-determine in their ancestral homeland.
So
But
you
that's not
believe
their
in like
ancestral homeland.
Oh my
hold
God,
on, but
dude! If I have to
Yeah.
listen,
hold
to
on, whoa,
fucking
just everybody pump the
nimwits.
brakes. What can you define what you mean by ancestral homeland? What does that mean?
Here, let
Wherever
me
their
just
home is.
what's the easiest way to explain this?
Well,
Have you
is
read-
it by blood?
No, blood quantum is not how we determine ancestry necessarily.
Okay, well, I would say because if it was by blood, then everybody would technically be entitled to that land because one drop rule would say everybody has some in there. So I get what you're saying with that. And to make it clear,
So if
when
it's
I
not
say
by
I'm
blood, then what is it by
anti-Zionism,
then?
sorry to interrupt, but when I say I'm anti-Zion, I'm also like I'm not for Palestine. I'm not for Iran. I don't like any of those countries that are always in war. I'm not a fan of it.
So Melissa got the question right. By the way, their first leader was Yasser Arafat. Do you know when he became the leader of the PLO? Howie.
But you're avoiding the question of like what do you mean by ancestral land?
I'll answer that in a second. Do you know when he started leading the PLO, Howie?
I want to know why your country, or I'm sorry, your belief only predates to the 19th century and go.
It doesn't. The fuck are you talking about?
It literally is a freaking nationalist ass movement, dude.
Look, Callie, it's actually a lot
go
older
ahead
than
and
that. It
ask
goes
me
back
your
thousands of
questions, guys.
years.
I'm not
So
even
let's
gonna
just
deal with
pump the
this.
I
brakes.
understand the
level of
land
ignorance.
aspect, yes, but for Zionism specifically, yeah, that's
So
late
this
19th
goes back
century. Right
thousands
there.
of years, Callie. This is not like something, or at least hundreds at the very least. It's not something that's like recently popped up here. So like let's let him define. Let's let him define what he means by Zionism because we're not even all on the same page. So like, what does he
Well,
mean by ancestral homeland?
Yeah, SV, would you agree that it was like when you go and you read the Old Testament and even the New Testament, like even Jesus Christ himself was walking through the very land that is called Israel today, and a lot of the biblical characters were too.
Was it a state?
I mean, allegedly, but if that's the case, then why shouldn't Christians say that that's their ancestral land then, right?
Ooh.
Well, because they didn't have. First of all, Christianity started where?
Was it a state?
Where did
Well,
Christianity? Where did the birthplace of Christendom happen?
Okay, we're not claiming
you
a
don't
state
believe
there.
in it, so I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue theology. With you, right?
Don't tell me what I believe
I'm
in.
trying to see what you mean by ancestral land. You're the one making the positive claim of ancestral
Yeah,
land.
you
so what does that
could
mean?
say that there's Christians alive today that have ancestral ties.
Yeah,
to
but
that
what?
land.
But what does ancestral
not
land
saying
mean
you
to you? If
can't.
it's not by blood, what does that mean then? What does that mean?
Ancestry. What the fuck?
Okay,
what do you
but
mean?
ancestry means like blood, right? Like who you're related
Like
to.
lineage, like yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Palestinians have no
okay,
blood
great.
ancestry there.
I didn't say that either.
Okay, so it's blood and
what's
soil,
Notice,
right?
notice how by being a Zionist, I didn't say anything about other people can't be there.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
blood and
well,
soil, right?
that's
But
not
like
true.
blood and soil is what you're saying ties. Is like the blood and the soil tie people to a particular place, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, where
But that's within a timeline, right? Like timeline,
where
like
do Italians
where
originate?
was
Where do Italians originate?
where was the progenitor of
Italy
the
had a
Israeli
state.
faith come from? Where Abraham? Where did he come from?
No, okay, so Abraham wasn't a Jew.
Okay, so you don't claim Abraham as
The
part
Jewish
of
people
your
didn't
lineage?
exist as a religious group until they entered
Okay, so
into Canaan
so it has
after
nothing to do with
Exodus.
theology then, right? So you're saying
It
it has
does,
zero to
but
do with theology.
you're on a different timeline than I am.
Okay, what
Okay, well,
timeline did they have a state?
So when they entered from Exodus into the land of Canaan,
Well, you guys have Jacob and Esau. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again, right?
I guess if you want to just reduce it down to that.
I mean, have you studied the Kabbalah or not?
The Kabbalah is it's not even so you're conflating different books.
I mean, so you don't believe in the
Kabbalah
Kabbalah and Zohar, or you
is
do?
more of the mystical aspect of Judaism.
Right. So do you accept it or deny it?
I haven't studied it much, to be honest. Kabbalah is, you can dedicate your whole life to studying it, and you can call yourself a Kabbalist, but you're not.
Okay. So again,
It's just
I'm
a
not
study
actually
of
not
an
being
aspect.
confrontational with you. I'm trying to understand. So you're saying like you guys have a theological and a political claim to this land based on like
It's ancestral.
blood
It's
and
not even
soil.
religious. It's really not even religious.
Okay. So what would you say it's based on?
Ethnic group. We're an ethnic group.
It's okay. So great. So if do you think that white is an ethnicity?
I think white is an amount of melanin you have in your skin.
Oof.
Okay. So do people who identify as an ethnicity always have the right to say they have the right to enforce their borders on anybody who tries to impede upon it?
Can you repeat the question?
Do ethnicities automatically have the right to enforce their borders on anybody? or their state on anybody that within a certain geographical reason for ancestral homeland
No,
reasons.
but they can sure as fuck defend it.
Okay, so it's only what you're arguing is might makes right. So you're saying like if you have the power to do it and you can enforce it, then it's a thing based on ethnicity or
No,
whatever.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the Jewish people have ancestral ties to that land.
Okay, but you're making a moral claim, correct? Like you're saying it's a moral.
No, I'm just giving you a simple statement.
Okay,
I'll make
so
it one
Native
more time.
Americans have the right to kick Europeans out of
I don't believe no
America.
No, I don't believe that.
Why
but
not?
I
What's
do
the
believe
difference
in
then?
I do believe in land back, and we've given them a lot of land back.
But wait, you're saying
not
we, so
quite
you're
so
saying you're an
consistent.
Israeli. Wait, you're saying you're an
I'm
Israelite,
American.
and you're also saying you're
I'm
American. So
American,
which one is
and
it?
I'm also Israeli. Yeah, I have dual citizenship.
Right, and there's
Just
nothing wrong. I
like-
mean, in a sense, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, so like, but don't you see there's like a conflict of interest here? Like you're claiming, like, well, I have a right. We have a homeland right to hit this place. We have a homeland right to this other place, right?
What would the other place be?
Yeah, America and Israel. You're saying,
America.
Right.
If you're born in America and you're a citizen, you have a right to be a citizen in America.
Okay, so it's a purely legal situation. Like whoever writes the laws gets to decide like right and wrong, and that's kind of the end all be all. Or...
So first, to kind of like define ethnicity for you, it's common cultural, ancestral, and social traits, language, religion, traditions, nationality, or history. Okay, so language, Hebrew. Hebrew is the only known Canaanite language to still be spoken today. So we have that tie. Can we agree on that?
Man, you're really sidestepping the question.
Sure, no, that's okay. I mean, like I'm just trying to
I'm trying to
the
establish
general
like what
overlay
ethnicity
here.
is.
Like let's make the case first. You know.
Is there any way that we can maybe relate to Christine's topic here?
Yeah, we
No.
absolutely.
They're fine. They're fine, you guys. They're fine. They're fine.
Okay.
It's related because all these people
I mean,
are
if you
saying
guys
like,
want to talk
does
about
ICE have the
why
right
why
to
that woman
enforce
decided to
the
hit the
borders
gas
or like
and
legal
do what she did, we
legality?
could talk
right?
about that too. You want to talk about?
That's
No, I
fine.
mean it's the
No,
same. It's
you
the same
guys,
topic ultimately.
Steven, if I want to change the topic, I'll change it.
Okay.
Their conversation was going just fine.
Yeah, fuck around, find out.
No, but let's continue. So you're saying that because I think this is important for Americans too. Like, do Americans have the right to decide who should be a citizen and who should not? Right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's the same argument one way or the other. So,
So
because
by-
what's
by
interesting
saying
to me
that-
is like, and sorry, I'll say this really quick. I'll be quiet. Like, what's interesting is like a lot of people who are pro-Palestine, they're anti-America having borders. So I find that kind of like weird. Like they want a state for Palestine, but they don't want a border and a state for America, right? So like, I'm not saying I'm choosing one side or the other. I'm just saying like I'm trying to understand all the different dynamics that are at play, right?
Yeah, no, the Palestinians are an interesting group of people.
Oh. All right. No, but so you're saying that like, so there was something that happened. Basically, I don't know what we're allowed to say or
You
not
can
say,
say
but
Jewish. You can
yeah,
absolutely say
Jewish left Israel for whatever reason because of Rome or whatever, and then you guys have been trying for a long period of time to come back and say, this is where we founded our people. We want to be back in that area. And obviously, you guys did live there for a long time among Muslims.
We never,
Christians,
yeah, and we also never did. There was never a point where there was no Jewish presence.
Right.
Well,
So,
that's not
but here's
true.
the thing: is like
That's
here's the thing
100%
under
true. There was always a
under
Jewish
Islam,
presence.
you guys has protection by Islam, right? Like Islam
If you
did protect you
consider,
guys, right?
yeah, if you consider being a dhimmi, do you know what? Do you know about Islam?
I know a little bit, right?
So if you're not a Muslim and you're living in an Islamic caliph, or like ummah is the better term for it.
Okay.
You're called a dhimmi.
Okay, but
which
why is
means
that?
you
Why is that
are-
morally wrong though? Like if you're
Because you
living
have
in
to pay them
America,
a
that's
tax. You have to pay
supposedly
them
a
a tax
Christian
called a
nation,
jizya.
right? But
I'm gonna
you're
explain it.
but hold on, but you're living in America that's supposedly a Christian nation. So what's the difference
Yeah.
between that and Islam, right?
I'll explain it to you. So if you're living under Islamic rule and you're not a Muslim, they won't necessarily not always will they do this to you. But historically speaking, they do what's called jizya. It's a tax. You have to pay them because you aren't part of their religious group. And by paying them, they don't inflict any type of punishment on you.
So by also saying this, you're admitting that Arabic people do have a blood heritage tie to this land as well, correct?
Arabic people?
Arabic Muslims, yes.
Where do they originate from?
Oh boy, dude.
Well, they have the
Way
blood
to
root of-
sidestep the question.
They're
No, I'm
Canaanites.
asking you, like, how can they have like okay, yes, they do have a history in the land, but do you know where they actually, how that history came about?
Does it matter if
By
they're there at the
colonizing.
same? Okay,
By
colonizing who?
colonizing.
Wait, let's stop right there. Hold on. So you're anti-colonization. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Were you
But
in
you-
support?
But I'm also not making the claim that people that colonize a land are like ancestrally tied to that land.
Okay, are you basically saying that the Muslims colonized this land from Israel?
Yeah, in 700 AD, like they left the Arabian Peninsula and they headed westward and they colonized not just that land, but all the way to Morocco, Spain.
So you're saying there was no people there before Jewish people showed up on that land?
No, there were Canaanite tribes there.
So the tribes that came with Moses mixed with the people in Canaan and created a new ethnicity. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, some of the people from those Canaanite tribes were eliminated because they were warring with, the Hebrews, the Jews, and some of them did mix in through marriage.
And some of them became Muslims ultimately, correct?
If you're going to make the leap from that time period all the way to when Islam became a religion, no. By that time, there were no.
Because you're talking about at least 1,000+ years, right?
Yeah, we're like, dude, the time just like it. That's why I'm saying like, it's a very nuanced topic, and you have to know a lot about the history of that region to understand why Muslims
fair enough. Like,
did not originate from that land. They originated from Saudi Arabia. That's why their holiest site is Mecca in Saudi
sure, I
Arabia.
mean that's a fair enough argument, but also at the same time, you do have to realize like Israel was not created until the 19th century, right? The
Sure,
state,
it's a modern state. Yeah, absolutely.
the state, right? So like, we can debate over all of these like heritage blood ties to the land and stuff like that, but we're talking about states and borders. Like, Israel did not exist until
Neither did. Yeah,
very
and
recently.
that's fair.
Well, and some people
He's
say
trying
that
to say
America
the
only.
people. Sorry.
Good.
No, I think he's trying to say the people that it's not necessarily land mass and who it was in it. Is that right, my name? It has
Yeah.
to do with like, okay.
It has to do with like your ancestral ties to it, and the Jewish people had their ethnogenesis in the land.
Well, that's why the other dude was bringing up like the whole idea with American imperialism, in
Yeah, but-
relation to the Americas, like the native population of America, they don't exercise that same right in America, right? You wouldn't say that all of America should get out because of indigenous Native Americans, would you?
No,
I mean,
because
you
it's
said
also
we should
not, it's not the
you said
same
we
type
should
of
relegate some
situation
land
either,
to them.
because when you look at how the Pilgrims came in the 1600s, originally they didn't necessarily just start warring with the tribes immediately.
Yeah, I agree. They actually got along really well for like quite a while, and then it was. On more than people give credit to, at the very least. Like there was a lot more like mingling, mixing, trading, and then the empires. And I'm talking about North America, like north of Mexico, the East Coast. Like I'm not going to get all into like Spain and all that.
Spain,
I'm
yeah.
saying like generally America as we know it, right? it wasn't until, you know, the empires really started getting involved that there was like all these wars between, you know, Europeans and natives, I would say, right? Like that was a kind of a later effect that happened, in my opinion. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's people who are going to say that I'm wrong, but
I mean,
I think that's an important distinction for sure.
Sure, but the point still stands that we're talking about the creation of over several hundred years ago. You know, nobody would say that America, well, this, you know, maybe some people would, that the indigenous population has a right to supplant the United States of America. Meanwhile, people who support Israel would argue that Israel, because of thousands of years of, you know, whatever ties to the land, has a right to supplant the existing people. I
The
think that's the
existing
argument.
people were not the Palestinians, though. So it was the Ottomans, and they didn't even refer to the land as Palestine.
Well, again,
And
it wasn't referred to as a Palestinian state, but again, it wasn't an Israel state either. They were kind
Right.
of vaguely referred to as Palestinians, even though they were stateless.
No, they just didn't exist yet. There was no
The state didn't
national
exist,
movement
just
of Palestine.
just like the
No,
Israel state didn't exist, but they were generally referred to as a people, even though they were stateless, as Palestinians.
Well, I'm
No,
sure there was some deals
they did
between
not
the Ottomans
self-identify
and,
as Palestinians. In fact, if you look at a lot of the writings, they identified as Pan-Arabists.
Okay, well, other people outside of the region,
They became
refer to them
Palestinians.
as Palestinian. Doesn't matter what
No,
they refer to themselves as.
Sure, and included in Palestine were Christians, Jews, many different people, but it wasn't an actual country.
Yeah, of
It
course,
was never a
and
country.
exactly, and neither was Israel.
Not in the modern sense, and I agree with you on that. But here's the difference: when the UN partitioned the land, there was an agreement made. There were. By the way, Jordan didn't exist either. The British Mandate, the first country they carved out of it, is the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. So if you combine Israel with modern day Israel with Jordan, it was called Transjordan. And then the partition plan was drafted. It was agreed upon, but one of the parties didn't live up to the agreement. And they invaded right away to try and take the other party's land that was already agreed upon away from them, and they lost the war.
I mean, to be fair, Jordan wasn't supplanted with new people, whereas Israel
Yeah, they were.
was.
The Hashemites are from Saudi Arabia. The king of Jordan is not like Jordanian by
Sure.
ancestry. He's
Sure, but-
they're a royal bloodline. They're a royal family from Saudi Arabia.
so you're saying it was like a proxy war essentially between
They were promised that land during when they basically helped the British fight the Ottomans.
right. Okay. Yeah, and that's an important distinction too, because I think obviously there was like the British were heavily involved in like carving up the Middle East, and that could be where some of this stuff is coming from. You know, I mean, there's some other stuff that we probably can't talk about in here, but you know, there obviously, you know, Germany had some involvement, the British had some involvement. You know, there was a lot of people involved in making some deals, right? And you know, when you say Zionism, where do you think it started at? Do you say it started like in 70 AD or before then, or like, and I know that's a technical question. Like some people would say like Theodore Herzl, like where do you draw like the, you know, utilitarian line of like Zionism?
Well, so the important thing to look at is the etymology of the word Zion. So Zion is another word for Jerusalem. It's a Hebrew word. It's in Hebrew you say Zion. So it's literally like, you know, Jerusalem, we consider it to be our holy city. The Muslims have three. We have one, it's Jerusalem. But Zion was also a name that it was given to the city of Jerusalem too. At certain times, it was referred to as Zion. And if you go into the Old Testament, Zion is actually named and mentioned as early as the book of Genesis. I don't know why they chose Zionism to be the actual term for Jewish self-determination in the land, but they did.
Right. But do you start with like who's your main person that you would say Zionism in the modern sense started, like Theodore Herzl or the Hasidic movement, or where would you say
Yeah,
that?
I think Theodore Herzl is he's the modern or the father of modern Zionism for sure. But the Jewish people have always held a presence there. We just never had the numbers to fight off these large conquering armies that came in.
Okay, and just to make sure I'm clear, like, would you say that there was a problem that Jews perceived a problem of living amongst the Islamic State or government or whatever you want to call it that was there for a long period of time after the Crusades?
They were never treated. They were never treated like humanely.
Right.
To be honest with you, like a lot of people make that claim too. They're like, "Oh, well, people like lived and what's the term they always use? They were able to live peacefully and they coexisted. They're not really the Hebron massacre in I believe 1929, where they straight up just massacred a bunch of the Jews there. That's even before the British had taken control of the Mandate of Palestine. They never really treated the Jews very well, to be honest.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
You said you're
and nowhere in my ideology as a Zionist do I think other people don't have a right to live there. There's 2 million Israelis that are Muslims.
Right. No, I see what you're saying. And I think that's an important distinction too, because it's kind of like America, like, and again, I'm not really taking a side right now because I think this is an interesting conversation, but it's kind of like America where people think like, well, it's a Christian nation, but obviously like we have an extremely diverse, half the population is probably atheist at this point, right?
Yeah, so we fucked up along the way.
I consider America a Christian nation as a Jew, and I actually would prefer as a Jew to live, if obviously, and I lived in Israel for many years, if I'm going to live anywhere else under any other religious group, it's going to be Christians. I have no qualms with saying that this is 100% a Christian nation.
So how do you feel? And so this is going to be a little more controversial, and I'm not asking this in a hostile sense, and I'll be very careful about it because we're on TikTok. But like, for example, how do you feel about the whole Russian Revolution thing, like the Bolshevism and stuff like that? Do you think that was a mistake?
It's another thing that's oddly tied to Jews, when like 2% of the Bolsheviks were Jews. And then when you say Jews, were they even like religiously Jewish, or were they just like ethnically Jewish, meaning like their great grandmother was a practicing Jew, and by the time
it was and how much of it was political versus ethno-religious or whatever?
There was nothing Jewish about the Bolshevik Revolution. That's not at all what it had to do with. You know what I mean? And it was roughly 2% of the Bolsheviks that were even Jewish. It's another thing that like that gets brought up in this topic that I always have to address, because people have all of these, like at some point in this conversation, somebody will bring us to 9/11 and they'll say, oh, the 5 dancing Israelis, right? I can pull up a video of Yasser Arafat in the West Bank the day after it happened, or the day that it happened. It was just, by that time, it was like close to evening time, in a fucking Jeep, laughing, celebrating. They were shooting their AKs into the air. They were fucking ecstatic. But somehow, some way, everybody finds a way to link the 5 Israelis that had just got done leaving a rave. They were at a rave that night. They were up all night, and they saw that
we know Jews love raves so much.
No offense to all you guys. I don't want to bring that up, and I wouldn't bring that up just because TikTok TOS. So I
Observing and dancing.
No, they weren't dancing. It's all bull.
Wait.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Stop being a butthead right now.
My bad, Christine. My
You
bad.
stop.
In fact, the
right
FBI
now.
has
I
released
know
the
what you're
entire.
Well,
Based
let
off
me
of
ask.
ancient
I
stereotypes
have
or
a
like
question.
archaic stereotypes.
Go ahead, Kelly. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Tim, I'm so sorry. I cannot remember your name, but I do remember it says my name.
Just Tony Montana from Scarface.
Hannah Montana from Scarface.
That's literally what I
Hannah
heard is Hannah
Montana?
Montana. But I'm not. It's Joey. You said Joey Montana?
Tony
Okay.
Montana.
I don't know if you guys have clarified this already, but do you believe in your heart of hearts that the Native Americans should do an Al Nakba to other people who aren't indigenous to this land?
What? So you're bringing up the Nakba. Do you know what the Nakba it purportedly was?
The catastrophe?
Yeah. Do you know who coined the term?
No, I don't know who
Okay.
coined it, but I do know what happened during the Palestine War.
Okay, so it wasn't the Palestine War, it was the Independence War or the Israeli-Arab War, and it was the day after Israel declared its independence.
Okay,
And
which
there's a
is like what?
claim,
May?
there's a claim that was given by a guy named Konstantin Zarek, and he coined the term Nakba or the catastrophe.
Mhm.
And in his book, he claimed that the Israelis had basically displaced and just, I guess, cleansed a whole swath of people.
Yes.
And he named something like 2 million, when in reality,
No, it wasn't that much.
I don't remember the exact number, but
Yeah,
in
it was
reality,
only like 1 million.
yeah, maybe I forget the exact number, but in reality, they had, so the Arab Muslims that were there had knowledge that they were going to invade Israel with 5 armies. They knew about this. And this is all documented. You could watch interviews with the local pan-Arab leaders talking about it. They went around and they told them, leave. When you come back, there will be no more Yehud. They're going to be gone. And then guess what happened? That wasn't quite the way things panned out, because Israel, by sheer fucking miracle, actually won the war. And then what did they do? They go back and they write, this guy writes this book and says, it was a Nakba.
So if you don't mind, I want to ask you a question. And again, I'm not being hostile towards you. Like,
They were taken away from their homes, but okay.
let me ask you this question. Okay. So when
Do
you
I believe
see-
Native, hold on real quick. Cowie asked me, do I believe Native Americans should go do a Nakba, a catastrophe?
Yes.
Can you, like, I don't even know how to equate that to like what they would be doing. You
So
mean
first
like,
you're telling me who coined it, that it was told, I'm just trying to find the justification of having people be cleansed out of their native homes. Just trying to figure out where that
yeah, a war happened by their fellow Arabs and their fellow Muslim brothers, and that war that was waged against the people that also lived in the land with them displaced them from the land. So is that somehow the Jews' fault because they were defending themselves?
No. Those are Zionists, that did that though.
I mean, that would be
Wait,
considered
Zionists
an
invaded Israel? Can you hear me? Somewhere?
No, you know what I mean.
It was 5 Arab armies that did it, and of course, people got displaced.
Yeah,
People get
why did they
displaced in
do
every-
that?
Hey,
Why
panel.
did they do that?
Hey, panel.
Because
My
they didn't
friend.
want there to be in Israel.
Panel. My friend
No.
Dror just came up.
Hello,
He-
Oh no.
He lives in Israel.
Oh no.
Mazel tov.
Shalom.
Hi, Dror. Hi, Dror. Good. How are you, my friend? I thought that this would be a conversation you would like.
Beautiful, cold day.
So
They're all
So this
getting
is-
along very well, just having a conversation. Okay.
So this is the perfect time for me to ask this question, and this is for the two Jewish fellows on the thing. I'm a Christian. I'm an American.
3.
And I just go ahead, and I'll be really brief. Okay, so when you see the people in America claiming that, Americans who have reservations about open borders and immigration, and they call us white supremacists or neo-Yazis or these different terms, how do you guys feel about that? When you see when you see that happening to us, and then you see the same thing happening to you guys in Israel, how do you feel about that? Do you think there's a correlation?
I
or
voted for
parallel or
Donald
no?
Trump. I voted for Donald Trump 3 times. I think every country has a right to protect its borders. That's all I'll say on that. I think that the label of neo-Nazi is usually the leftists projecting their inner hatred for other people onto us.
I've definitely noticed that a lot of these people on the right sure act like leftists, and they're trying to paint, white Christians as neo-Yazis, and I think that's very bizarre, right?
Yeah,
for
the whole thing is weird. But just to give you the short answer, and then I'll let Dror answer. Every country has a right to enforce its border policy.
Yep, exactly right. This is correct. Every country have the right to defend their citizens and their people, and there is no proportional response. There is no such a thing proportional. Like, what is proportion? Like, if you kill my son, I will burn your whole city. Like, this is proportion.
Right. Well, as a Christian, I kind of agree with that, way of thinking. But here's what I want to ask you guys. So, some people say that mass immigration is a plan of the Jays against, whatever, right? And so, who do you, if it's not your people doing it, who do you think is instigating mass immigration worldwide? This is a problem in India, Pakistan, all over the world. Mass immigration has become a problem. Do you think it's someone doing it actively, or do you think it's it's a consequence of economics or something like that?
It's happened throughout all of history. It's definitely not so you can look at UN Agenda 2030 documents, and you can see them say that they have a plan to replace certain populations with refugees. And I know the liberals were all focused on Agenda 2025, but the real sinister agenda that you should look at is Agenda 2030 from the UN. It's in the document, and it talks about how they will bring people in from war-torn areas, and they will bring them into the Western countries. I don't know why they want to do it, but it's in there. You can look it up.
Do you think of any motive of why they're trying to destroy national sovereignty worldwide?
Oh, that's a good question.
Globalists. And it's more, I know people think there's like a Jewish cabal and stuff. The person you should worry about is the guy, the Klaus Schwab, who runs the World Economic Forum. He's probably like, if there was anybody that's like an actual James Bond villain, that's one of them. George Soros, total piece of garbage. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have a lot of agendas, but like, there's nothing inherently like Jewish about any of the things that these people are doing,
And George, definitely answer if you want, because I'll just ask this question as an aside. So what do you guys think about the Christian and Jewish mingling of the Enlightenment with the Kabbalah and the Zohar, Freemasonry? Do you think that these things led to the technological revolution, or I'm sorry, technological age and modernism. Do you think that this was done purposefully, or is this just an incidental thing that we've run into because of science and occultism and combining Kabbalah and syncretism and stuff like this? How do you guys have any opinion on that, or do you think that that's more of just
I think that was
would you
just
say that's a
free market.
heretical thing that's happened, or would you say that that's just it's not good or bad, it's just something that's happened inevitably?
I think it's just like every other human creation. Like we work upon it, we further the development of it, and then eventually it becomes something that's essential to our daily lives. But like, I don't know if you could equate that to like the study of the Zohar or anything like that. But you do see so America fostered an environment where people could create things like that. I don't.
Well, I guess the question is like, are you scared of the consequences
Who did they
of
just
like the
hit for
technological age?
misinformation? Sorry, they just hit somebody for misinformation. It's probably me because I talked about the UN Agenda 2030.
Yep.
I just want to make
we've
a
been
point.
extremely careful. So. We've been extremely careful, I think. So I don't know.
I just wanted to make a. Is he even still in the chat and stuff, or is he completely out?
Where'd Dror go?
I don't know.
They both dropped out. I think.
Oh no, that's not a coincidence.
Where'd Jack go?
No, 3 people dropped
There's
out. Maybe they all
Don.
got. Maybe they all 3 got hit or something.
That was weird. Milos. Hi.
Christine, can I make a point about what we were talking about? Just clear the air, and specifically towards Tony, who me and him got in a slightly heated debate.
If Dror comes up though, I just want to ask him if he got taken. Dror, can you type in the chat if you got taken down or if you dropped on your own?
Tony says he's done.
He's gone. That's fine.
But this is a really good panel. I appreciate the conversation because I do mostly YouTube, and we don't really get this like as open of a discussion as this. So I appreciate
I
the space.
appreciate you guys trying not to say stuff.
Yeah, I've had that problem on YouTube where people just come and say like every bad thing they can to try to get your stuff taken down. So it's not very fun.
Well, does YouTube work like TikTok where people can just show up and say shit?
No, you have to use like a third party service, but it can be very dangerous because there's groups of trolls, and they're on TikTok too, but they just go around and they'll send like tons of people to come and try to like destroy your stream or P-bomb you or something like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll go back to ICE or something. I mean, I like that conversation. So.
/ wanted to say something to Tony down in the chat. Has Derek Vermin been able to talk?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, Derek, I brought you up like an hour ago. I'm such a dick.
No, that's
God.
okay. That was an awesome conversation that was going on. There was a lot of information.
No, I'll talk after Derek.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh my gosh. Who now? That was just random guest violations right there, but it might have given that guy one because he went away and then they showed up. Weird.
Am I allowed to say my thing, or does Derek want to go? I don't want to take time from Derek since he's been waiting.
No, you go ahead.
Still allowed to talk about it. Just whenever the action happened is whenever it became illegal. So whenever you start committing, if you say, if a Triple K member were to say, I hate BLK people, I'm getting there. Let me finish. If you would let me finish, it'll get out, brother. Jesus Christ. If a Triple K member were in a bar and said, I want to unalive a BLK person, right? They're allowed to say that They're not allowed to commit the action. They're not allowed to do it. Whenever somebody starts committing on their words is whenever the words become a problem. That's where I land my plane.
Okay, so now I'm going to reply with saying that what you said, right, was an opinionated statement, because I wasn't saying that freedom of speech itself is bad. I never said that. What I was saying that there is bad uses of freedom of speech and that there is bad freedom of speech. Yes, because people, and what I meant by that, right, because this is obviously a very opinionated claim, that people can use freedom of speech in bad ways, like racism. That's one way. And I would say that racism can be considered incitement to violence and defamation, and that would be against the law. So this is what I mean when I say that racism is not good. So I don't understand how you're getting me saying that racist people and Nazis and KKK members should not be able to read books to children, and how it's widely and gross. No, let me finish. How it's widely and grossly different than a drag queen, which is just a man who dresses up as a woman. I mean, that's something that's widely and grossly different. Let me just look up this really quick. So how many people
Okay, don't speak out loud while you're looking it up. While you're looking it up, I'm going to answer. So, like I said before,
so 17 million Jewish people were killed.
Shut up and give me the fact after,
That's
lady.
widely
Lady,
different
shut the
than
hell
drag
up and give me the fact after. I'm answering your
Yeah.
question. You asked 3 questions. Let me get to answer. So again,
Let's-
I'm
let's
on a
switch this
timer
job.
now,
Come
Jane.
on.
So please be quiet. You're taking up my time. Like I said, you're
2
claiming
minutes.
that there is a legal basis to claim defamation on somebody claiming or giving a racist remark. And again, like I've told you a million times, there have been many lawyers to look over this and tried to claim defamation even before and after the civil rights movement. And it has failed time and time and time again, because there is no legal ground to stand on whenever you claim defamation because somebody said, I don't like you because of your skin color, and everybody else that is your same skin color.
Can you say that defamation
that's not
is wrong?
defamation.
You think it's
Defamation is where you claim on a specific person something that is
Okay,
not
so do you think racism
true.
is wrong?
Shut up. I need to finish my claim because you took up my time.
You
Again,
interrupted
like
me.
I am
So
saying,
no, do not tell me to shut
like
up.
I am saying,
Please do not
to
tell me to
you,
shut up.
but you
Refrain
won't
from telling
shut
me to
your
shut up.
mouth long enough to open up your ears and
No,
listen.
you won't shut your mouth long enough, 'cause I just listened to
is
everything
where
that you
you
said,
make
you
a
interrupted me.
false claim on one person. Like I were to claim about you right now, Jane.
That's not the
If I were to
definition
make
of
the
defamation.
claim,
That is not
you're
the
a bad
definition of
business owner because
That is
you
not
sold
the definition of
because you
defamation.
sold your business
the
partners
definition of
out from
defamation?
underneath.
No, it's
Rob,
not.
you're
That would be defamation,
Rob, what-
ma'am.
Just ask
Okay,
her. Just
so can you
linear,
just
like,
acknowledge that
that's
racism is wrong for the debate?
No shit, Sherlock.
Alright,
Thank
Okay,
you.
so with that being said,
No
I just want
shit,
to make
Sherlock.
I'll make one statement, one short statement. I'll keep it short and
Please,
sweet for
you're
you.
not on a timer.
So-
Just please wait your turn.
This is
Yeah,
why.
super.
This is why we should
Rob,
not
you're
have
not
Nazis
waiting.
educating
Jane,
books
shut
to
your
children.
fucking mouth.
Let me
You're
finish
not
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
timer,
He
Jane.
said I could
Please
make
shut
my
up.
claim after. I could finish what I'm
Jane,
saying after
you're
he
not
was
on
done.
the timer.
So let
Shut
me.
up.
No, you said I could finish
Super,
what I'm
go
saying
for it,
after
dude.
you're done
Super, just
interrupting
talk
me.
over her.
So you can let
Just
me
talk
finish.
over her, dumbass.
That's not fair at all. That's
These
not
dudes
fair
are
at all.
scared.
So you said in particular that after you were done
Notice how
interrupting me,
she's
then
not
I
on
could
the
finish.
timer.
You said
Woman's
after you were
planning.
done interrupting me, I could finish.
we
what
just
I
You're
was
open the
doing this
panel?
because I'm
saying.
white, aren't
So
you?
let me finish what I'm saying. So
You're
the
doing
reason
this
that
'cause
we,
I'm white.
So the
I would
reason
love
that we
to,
should not let
but they're
Nazis
bickering
teach
like
children
5-year-olds,
in
and
libraries
nobody
is
can
because
hear
the Nazi
me
movement
talking
killed
over
about 17 million people, while
I'm trying
The
to
drag
make
Mao
my
Zedong
queens
movement killed a
Tito.
lot
commit
more than that.
less than 1%
Yeah, exactly.
of violence, and it's usually in
All right.
self-defense.
Mao
That's
So what about
exactly
Mao
why.
Zedong?
Amazing.
So
What
let's
about
just
Mao
get it
Amazing.
straight really quickly.
Amazing.
So
Let's
what
get
about
it
Mao
straight.
Zedong?
You've already
What about Mao
forfeited
Zedong?
Nazis
super
killed
It's my timer
17
now.
million
Everyone
people.
shut up.
Drag queens killed none.
you just
So let's
muted
just
her.
get it right. Thank you. I
Yeah,
land
Mao
my
So what about Mao
Zedong. Mao
Zedong?
Zedong
Do
killed
you
100
denounce
million.
Mao Zedong?
Okay, Tito's on a timer. Go ahead, buddy. You get an
Okay.
extra 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
So fuck, I don't even know where we're at right now.
Just give up your time.
Oh,
We'll move on then.
now we'll get to like his claim on the left and stuff. So the left has championed all sorts of rights that we have today, from civil rights, from the women's right to vote, women's right to the workplace. our right to unionize and use our leverage for better wages. We advocated for minimum wage. We advocated for all these labor protections. We advocated for everything that you take for granted today, all the rights you have.
I'm doing it.
We advocated for desegregation. We advocated for all of that. Conservatism, like, it's good in some senses in terms of keeping institutions like intact, but it's bad because it's like it doesn't really want to progress. It doesn't really want to move forward. It wants to keep to tradition, and that's been the drag on our lifetime. So every progress we've had in the last 100 years has been from progressive people, has been from the left. So that's my counter argument to that. And so, yeah.
SVS, you're on the timer, buddy. Do you want to forfeit your timer?
No, sorry, I was in a different screen. My bad. Okay, so appreciate the time. So race and gender are not social contracts. Yes, no. Is that the subject we're on, or what subject are we on exactly? I just want to make sure I'm on topic. I'll stay on topic. Just tell me what the subject is.
What I said was that I asked Jane if drag queens reading to children was a matter of freedom of speech, and I believe Jane said yes. And so I asked, well, by that logic, should the Triple K and Yahtzees also be able to read children's books to kids in their uniforms or something like that? And this whole, I was just trying to point out that the left doesn't really believe in freedom of speech.
No, I get it. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like Well, I'll be really brief because I heard what you said, Jane. I mean, here's the thing: is like you're saying that like racism is really bad, and my main question to you would be: is that a moral argument or is that a utilitarian, like pragmatic argument? Like, are you saying like, well, we can measure scientifically the harm of National Socialism or, some nebulous term called white supremacy, that it's really bad for people, or, colonialism, or like all these different terms? Like, I would agree that like capitalism's like harmful, but like to say that like, well, it's like a conspiracy of all YT people against all brown people. I mean, isn't that kind of like a weird like conspiracy theory that doesn't have any actual evidence for it, or that sounds like a weird conspiracy theory to me.
It's like one of the most well-studied like social phenomenon. So I can give you a list of,
so white people are in charge. Hold on. So white people are in charge and they're studying themselves, calling themselves evil, racist, bigoted homophobes. Is that what you're saying?
No, they're calling some of them evil, racist, homophobes. Like, not everyone. Like, white people fought alongside people of color to liberate themselves. So it wasn't everyone that's like a fucking
exactly.
racist
I mean, like white people.
Yeah, but that was never the argument. No one said like, "Oh, white people are evil." Like, no.
Well, isn't that what white supremacy? Well, what the hell is white supremacy? Define what that means. What is that?
Yeah, white supremacy is when, white supremacists and stuff, they think like, oh, this land is for the white people. This land, they shouldn't bring all these brown people. They're poisoning the blood of our country, just like how Trump said. That's what white supremacy is.
I can give you a definition of white supremacy. So it's the belief that white people constitute a superior race and should therefore be dominant in society, typically to the exclusion or detriment of other racial and ethnic groups. That's why white supremacy is bad.
Okay. So what ethnicity are you?
What ethnic? I'm biracial.
Okay, great. Perfect. I love biracialism personally, right? So if biracial people tomorrow,
by the way,
well, whatever it is, I mean, I have a lot of people in my family who are biracial. It's a racial term.
It's okay, SV. There's 3 trillion-isms. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. Okay. But you get the point. Okay. So whatever group that you're in, biracial, whatever, let's say that you guys want to form an ethnicity and a state tomorrow, right? Are you saying that you have the right to impose a border and a government against other people and say, this is our stuff, get away from it, this is ours? Do you have that right or not?
I would think that it would be bad if we're living in a multicultural, multiracial society. Yeah, I would say if we're living in a society where it's not just white people, and then we're going to say, oh, well, black people and brown people are not as good as us, and they're actually bad. They're actually minuscule. They shouldn't be treated equally to us, and I think that would be obviously bad.
But do you believe that there's people alive in America today who truly believe in their heart of hearts that they just have to get over on somebody who's not like them in order to like breathe the air that they breathe and live with themselves and look in the mirror? Well, that's what you're saying about white supremacy. That you're making an argument that like
I'd say
there's like
that
all
we
these
can,
people.
do you think white supremacy is bad?
I've never met a white supremacist. I don't know what that means.
So it doesn't exist.
Do you think by definition the belief that white people are a superior race and that should therefore
I don't think that
dominate
I can
society is
control
bad?
people. I
Do you
don't think that I
no,
can
what
control.
do you
listen,
think? I'm asking what you think.
Okay,
for
let me
yourself.
explain it. Let me
What do
explain.
you
I
think
don't
for
think that.
yourself?
Listen, I don't think that I can control people's thoughts.
Is
Do
white
you?
supremacy bad?
Nobody's
Can you
asking
control?
you to do
Can
that.
you stop somebody?
Do you think
can
that it's
stop
bad?
some-
Why
don't you just
Can you
answer
stop
the
somebody
You
from
no,
having
you
a
can't
feeling?
control your thoughts. You can't
Hold
control your
on.
thoughts. Like you can say that people
What's
are
your
pedophiles,
opinion?
right? But you can still say it's bad, right? So can you
Yeah.
please tell me, do you think it's bad?
Can you
Yes or no?
stop somebody's feeling or emotion?
Do you think pedophilia is
or
bad?
beliefs?
I want to ask, do you think pedophilia is bad?
Jane, could you just let him finish what he's saying?
Do you think pedophilia is bad, sir?
It's because he's
Hello.
not answering the
Yeah,
question.
just let him
directly.
finish. Like he's
Do you
gonna
think
take
pedophilia
a
is
hold
bad?
for himself. Just let him
Do you
finish.
think pedophilia is bad, sir?
Jane,
Do you think
just
pedophilia is
please
bad?
let him finish
Just let him
saying what he
finish.
was
He's
He won't
gonna
saying.
even
cook
answer that.
himself.
He doesn't answer the question. That's why.
He's probably trying to get
Is
to it. Jane, but let
pedophilia
him say
bad?
more than
Hello.
two
Can you
words.
please answer the question?
Jane, you won't let him
Yes,
speak
it
more than
is,
two
Jane.
words.
Yeah, he's gonna embarrass himself.
No,
Just
let
go.
him answer it, not you. Sir, is pedophilia bad? Yes or no?
I mean, he
Because the
probably doesn't
problem
want to speak
is
because
that Nazis going into libraries and teaching children killed 17 million people. Drag queens doing it killed none. So that's the issue.
for a second.
No,
You've been
fuck
spurging
you.
out on
Fuck
everybody.
you. I don't care.
So,
Oh
Jane,
my
You guys
God,
support
Jane.
pedophilia.
Can we mute her real quick so I can ask her? Thank you. Jane, I got a simple
E3DO is
question
bad.
for you.
Go ahead, Faber.
What is the definition of a PDF file?
Wait, no, this is just more obfuscation.
There's
There's no
more
proof for this.
sides.
Like,
This is
Wait,
an
defining
obfuscation.
terms is
This is
obfuscation.
getting
Is
past
that what you're saying?
semantics.
Okay,
Stick
here's
We can't
the
even define the
definition.
term here.
Hold
We're
up.
trying to define the
Stop.
terms.
You
This
don't
is
need
defining
important
terms
to
at
get
this point.
past
Fucking hell.
semantics.
bro, like you guys should react.
Definitions
Like, you guys aren't
matter,
giving
guys.
anything.
Oh, I don't want the
Definitions matter.
semantics. We
Let
already
her
had a
answer the
topic.
question.
Okay, so here's the definition of a pedophile in the Oxford Dictionary: a person who is sexually attracted to children.
Okay, so would you consider someone who's 14 a child?
I
Oh,
would say
hell no.
yes, because I would say yes. A 14-year-old is absolutely a child.
14-year-old's not a
Developmentally,
teen.
hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Developmentally,
Bro.
physically, and chronologically, also mentally is a child. Absolutely yes.
You know, there's a different definition for that, right?
Well,
As
she
far
would
as
still, she
legal.
Oh,
wouldn't be.
don't try it. Don't.
Semantics.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
so
because-
actually,
BDS shit over here. Take
I
that-
want
take
you
that
to
shit
know
Shut up.
somewhere
You
else.
don't even know where I'm going.
that just
Tito.
because
Shut
a
up.
girl has breasts doesn't mean that she's developed in puberty. So Turner stage
Hold on.
5 is actually when you
Yeah,
would
yeah,
develop, and
biology
girls don't
doesn't
hit that
care
till
about
around
your
18
opinions,
years
by the
old.
way.
They don't hit Turner stage 5 till 18 years
you
old.
realize we stop. You realize that the definition of it isn't called a PDF file
Yeah,
once
it's something
the
about
child
that-
is
that's what
over
you're
a certain
gonna say is
age,
just
right?
completely
It's called
That's not-
statutory.
So that's
Yes.
actually.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Can I finish
is
what I'm
getting
saying?
at.
Can I
Jane,
finish what
you
I'm
have to
saying? Because I
finish.
keep
Jane,
getting
just shut up
interrupted
and
by
let
you
him
fuck
talk.
faces.
Fuck.
No, shut the fuck up, pedophile. I'm talking now. Thank
Who the
you.
fuck are you
So wait, so
talking
you're
to?
gonna
Anyways,
start
I've been
commu-
saying
so wait,
defending
you're gonna
shut up the whole
start
time.
you're gonna start
Defending
making
pedophilia.
accusations now?
So here's the
So-
issue.
so
What
wait,
you're
wait,
saying.
wait.
Let me tell you the
wait,
issue.
wait, hold on.
with what
You're
you're saying.
Jane, why
defaming
would I
you
let
just
him
you just
identify
defamed
the
him.
difference
You
between
just
a
defamed
PDF
him.
file
You just
and
defamed
what
him.
John.
statutory
Defending
is.
pedophilia.
Hold
You're
on.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's defamation,
Wait,
Jane.
You
She's
dumb
defaming
bitch.
people. She's defaming people.
That
She's
is the
defaming
book
people. She's
definition of
defaming people. She's
defamation,
1
Jane.
defaming
You
minute,
just
people. She's
used
fellas.
defaming people.
defamation.
She's defaming people.
1
Can I get
minute,
my minute?
fellas.
Can I get my minute?
No,
Or-
Jane,
you
you
wait,
don't
no.
need a minute. You
Because
just
I
used
don't agree with you.
defamation.
She's using her minute to
Can I
defame
get my
people on
minute
the
or
panel.
not?
No, you
Because I
cannot
can't,
Dang,
because I
because
just
you're
let
don't
him
agree
defaming
with you.
people.
Is it
You
because I
said
don't
that you
agree
don't
with
like
you?
into a
Because you're,
corner.
because
You said no, no,
you
no.
agree
You
with
said that
pedophilia?
you're not.
You're
No,
just
no, no.
lying.
You
Go,
claim
go.
you're not allowed to
Go.
Panel. It's tragic. This is really tragic, honestly.
Yeah, it's tragic.
You're defaming people.
This is what conservative men are.
You know what, Jane? You know what's tragic, Jane? The fact that you devolved to calling people PDF files.
You're talking, you're not adding anything relevant.
Okay, I will. Let me say what
No,
I'm
you haven't
saying.
said
Why that
anything,
was so
Ralph.
pedophilia. I will go against his point. I do not agree with him. Now let me tell you
You
why.
won't let him
Let me
finish.
tell you why.
Can you detract the main people?
I'm interrupting what he's saying. If you would let me finish, let me finish what I'm saying.
Everybody needs to be quiet.
Oh my God! Like, why can you not finish what I'm saying? He just got to come up here and make a point. We don't even know his
Everybody needs
age.
to be
Why
quiet
can I
for
not?
a minute. Okay, there we go. Now everybody's quiet. Amazing. John, brother. Jane, if you keep saying stuff like that, brother, you're gonna have to get kicked because you're gonna make the whole live get disconnected because people will.
Okay, I just want to finish what I'm saying.
Use PDF files.
Okay.
Instead of using the word and the terms that you have been using, and make sure that you use TikTok language.
Okay,
Can
and will you make sure that they don't interrupt me? Yes.
But can we
I
make
will
sure
try.
that you
Can you
can we
agree
make sure,
to that
wait,
standard?
Just
Amazing.
mean
just
if they interrupt me.
wait, you just defame people. You said defamation's bad, and you just defame somebody. Jane.
Right.
So you just defeated your own argument. Do you
Like
understand
literally
that?
an antithetical argument.
Okay, so racism is bad. That was my argument. Racism is bad, especially
Will
when
you
it's
admit that you just
defamation.
defamed somebody and you said it was bad? Will you admit that
Racism-
you're a
You admit
hypocrite?
there was
Will you admit
Okay,
that you're a
so
hypocrite?
can I just
Will
finish
you
what I
admit
was
that you're a
saying?
hypocrite? Will you admit that you're a hypocrite?
No, I won't.
She doesn't need you
can
to
I
talk
finish
to
what
her,
I'm
dude.
saying?
Yeah.
Can I finish what I'm saying? Why
Cheeto,
can I not
shut your mouth,
finish what I'm
dude.
saying?
Let a woman speak for
Why would
herself.
I
Why
let
the
you?
fuck can I not finish what I'm saying? I don't understand. If men are so much smarter than women, then why can't you guys just learn to shut up for 1 second
Because
so
it's
one can
easy to
talk?
troll your mom.
Because you're lying. Because
generations
wait,
and
you said
centuries
no
you have
defamation.
got
You
used to
defamed.
not
You
letting
defamed
women
somebody.
talk.
You defamed
That's
somebody.
why.
You defamed
So let
somebody.
me
You
finish
said it's
what I'm
bad. You
saying.
said it's bad. You
Because
said it's bad to
this
defame
isn't
people.
too
You said it's
PC.
bad to
Women have a
defame people.
political voice. So let me
You
finish what
said
I'm
it's
saying.
bad to defame
What if
people.
I don't wanna
You
give
said
you
it's
a
bad to
voice,
defame
sir?
people. You said
Women
it's bad
have
to defame
political
people. You said it's bad to
voices.
defame
Let me
people.
But
finish
what
what
if I
I'm
don't want to
saying.
give you that
Let
voice?
me
You said
finish
it's
what
bad
I'm
to defame people.
saying.
You
Hello.
said it's bad
Why
to
can
defame
I?
What if I don't
people.
want
I
to give
You
have
you
said
not
it's bad
let
to
you
defame
finish.
people.
What do you mean I
You
said
said
it?
it's
Let
bad
me
to
Jane, what
defame
if I don't
people.
want
You
to let
said
you
it's bad to
finish?
defame people. You said it's
Let
bad
me
to
What
defame
if
finish
I
what I'm
don't want to
saying.
let you
Admit that
finish,
you
Jane?
defame people. Admit that you defame people.
Just leave
Admit
the
that you
live.
defame
I
people.
defamed him. Yes, I
You're never
defamed
gonna-
Rob. Are
All
you
right,
happy?
thank you.
Are you
So
happy,
wait,
man,
so you're a
child?
hypocrite.
No.
So you're a
Okay.
hypocrite,
All
right?
right.
Okay.
Can I finish now?
Okay,
Can I
everybody
finish
be
what I'm saying
quiet
now?
for a minute. We're going back to timers. This is fucking
Thank you, Knob.
ridiculous.
Thank
Okay.
you, Knob.
So can I finish what I'm saying? Okay, thank you.
Go
So
for
the
it.
reason that would still be pedophilia is because, for one, a 14-year-old girl is not
P3DO.
technically P3DO. The reason that would still fall under that definition is because a 14-year-old child would still be considered a child, right? Because Tanner stage 5 is when they reach sexual maturity, right? A 14-year-old girl is not sexually mature. So if you are attracted to a 14-year-old girl as an adult, that would make you a P3DO. That is a fact. A 14-year-old girl is not going to be in Tanner stage 5 unless she has a hormonal disorder. That is not true. So she would still be a child. Do we got that? They are chronologically, developmentally, physically, and mentally a child. Just because a
Okay.
woman has
Okay,
breasts and a
great.
period
Okay,
does
great.
not make her. Just
So-
because a girl has that does not make her a woman. That
Hold
doesn't
on,
make
we gotta
sense.
see who has timer next. She has 4 seconds left. Just let's see who has
That's
timer
outdated.
next before we start talking.
I was just gonna go up the panel.
Okay, yeah, I mean that works. Yeah, so again, what you're talking about is from the Oxford Language Dictionary, right? So legally, again, like Fever said, we don't agree with a 25-year-old going and sleeping with a 14-year-old, right? But that is, by the legal definition, statutory grape. That is not, in quotes, a P3DO. That's not what that is. Legally, that's just not. Now, if you want to talk language-wise and ethics-wise, yeah, I think ethically they have the same mind as a P3DO. Absolutely.
Why is it
And do I
statutory
think it's
grape?
wrong? Yeah, absolutely. But that would be statutory grape. That's what the whole statutory
Why
grape.
is it statutory rape? Can you please tell
Hold on,
me?
I'm not.
It's
Ma'am, I'm not
statutory
finished.
rape
I
because
still
they're a
have 13
child.
seconds.
It's because they're a child. That's why
Hey,
it's
can I
statutory
get an
rape.
extra
Oh my God.
10, 15 seconds?
Yeah,
she's
Rob.
just
Child.
interrupting. Like,
Let's use our common
thank
sense.
you.
It's because they're a
Jane,
child.
could you please be quiet so I can get my 10 to 15 seconds when you into your little spiel? Thank you. So, as I was saying, the whole statutory grape category in the crime dictionary is specifically for going after, guess what? Youth, not children, youth, teens, That would be considered youth, young adults, adolescents. That's what that is for, ma'am. That is where my time is. Thank you.
So
Money. Oh, guess she decided to drop.
W.
Because
And yes, Tito, I
threw
agree.
that-
Tito, I
that-
agree with you in the comments 100%. Sorry, I just had to tell him that.
Yeah,
I agree that
Y'all-
would still
y'all
be
got
a,
to learn to
P3,
hold
yes.
these people to definitions and do semantics with them, because semantics is where they fall apart. They just use these words blanketly like a giant massive cloak to cover up all their bullshit. That's what they do. I was happy
She
to
said
come
she
in
got
here.
reported and banned. Well, Jane, that's what happens whenever you say the actual word
If
for
she got reported
P3DO.
and banned, how is she talking in chat right
Yeah,
now?
Well,
nobody on this
you
panel
just
did
can't
that.
join
I'm
the
sure.
live.
You could be like live muted.
Yeah.
Or you,
Yeah, exactly. You can like
Tito's
kick it
still
down.
simping, thinking that he's going to get a piece. Or
Yeah, I'm back on another account.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why you reported me, but
I didn't report you,
a
man.
youth,
Nobody did.
someone
No
who
one
was a part of
reported you.
of youth would not be somebody who's an adult. So
Okay,
that's
well, the
just
next
fact.
person gets their
Correct.
minute now, so let's go to the next person and let them have their minute. Let's let them let.
Wait, can I just ask one question to Fever and SVS? So, do you guys think that a 25-year-old being a
for the longest? Like,
do you guys think a 25-year-old having
Jane,
sex with a 14-year-old is
Jane, we
wrong?
were going up the panel.
Do you guys think it's wrong?
No,
Jane, you've already had your minute. Chill out.
You said no, it's not wrong.
I can't hear you.
You said no, it's not wrong.
Jane, chill out. You've already had your minute. Shut
Wow.
up.
Can you just ask your
25-year-old doing
question
that with
when
a
you get your
14-year-old's not
minute?
wrong.
Can you just ask your question when you get your minute? And I have to restart this
Mhm.
each time, or you
Yes.
just make an extra.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. You could have done that 50 seconds ago.
I'm. Hey, shut the
I don't
fuck
know
up.
what
Stop
the-
talking.
Question won't be less relevant.
Hold up.
Shut up.
Hold up.
You shut up.
Basically, I don't even know what you guys were talking about anymore, because you guys just switched like to different conversations. Like, I don't know what was the whole point.
Well, just go wherever you want to go.
Facts.
So yeah, I would just say gender is a social construct, but I have a very like specific argument for why it's a social construct. And I think also race is a social construct, but I wouldn't be like a leftist. I would still consider myself a centrist. I don't think politics have anything to do with my position.
W position, at least you're not bringing politics into it, dude. I bring religion into it, if I'm going to be honest.
SVS, you got a minute, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I would
Extra
agree.
10
It's
seconds.
generally, I agree. It's generally a social construct. I mean, race and gender are generally social construct. So, but again, I'm not coming from a like leftist position. I'm just saying, like, you know, definitions and semantics do matter, right? Like, most of what is discussed is really just a semantics game of like, well, I don't like this thing, or I've been convinced to be propagandized and a victim. Therefore, I'll just say whatever's convenient for, you know, my ego or my, you know, fake group of people that I'm now in. So, you know, I think it's really hard to have a productive conversation on these things because people are just way too emotional and not really, you know, actually having a conversation about the subject matter, right? And I think that's on display right now. And so I'll just give out the rest of my time.
Fever, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, it's not a social construct, it's genetic, at least for race anyways. So if two black people got together and reproduced, the child is going to be black. It's not even a question. That's a biological marker, right? So there is differences in the DNA that would ultimately conclude that the race of that individual is going to be different, because and skin color is a marker of that.
Did you say if
Gender-
a black and white individual?
can you shut up? I still
you-
have my minute. Can I get some time back? Anyways, gender, yeah, whatever you're born is what you are. You can have a mental disorder and you can try and misconstrue a social construct around it and try and say it's something else. But if I drop a Cummins diesel motor into Nova, a Chevy Nova, that car doesn't become a Dodge Cummins. It's still a Chevy Nova. Anyways, yeah, I'll yield my time.
Okay,
Monty,
so
you got a timer.
I mean-
Are you going to use it or forfeit?
Shit. Oh shit, my bad.
I've been giving you timers this whole time. And you
Oh
just
shit, my bad. Low key, I'm just listening. If you guys want me to talk.
No,
I'm
you don't
fine.
have to. We just didn't want to skip you. That's all. So you don't have to say anything. That's all. We can go to Jen.
Okay, yeah, just skip me for now. I'll listen.
Not a problem.
Alright.
We just want to be fair. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm reading here that people who are attracted to someone who is age 13 to 16, that is a female, is known as a hebophile, which is a branch of P3DO. And somebody who is attracted to males 15 to
Wait, could you repeat that?
15 to 17 hebophiles. And somebody who is I can't even read this. Hold on, wait. Whatever. Anybody who's attracted to a child would still fall under a branch of P3DO philia, whatever you guys say.
What ages?
She's dodging because it doesn't say
13
what she wants it
13
to
to
say.
16, males 15 to 17. That's what it says here. This is on psychiatryonline.org. So it says,
So you use the
technically,
soft science as your
individuals who
source?
engage in sexual activities with pubescent teenagers under the legal age of consent, ages 13 to 16, are known as hebophiles attracted to females, or ephobophiles attracted to males 15 to 17. The term hebophile is also spelled hebophilia, is becoming a generic term to describe the sexual interest in either male or female pubescent children,
on her.
16 to 19.
Hold on.
Okay.
I want Jane to do something for me real quick.
Mhm.
Jane, look up the definition of PDF file.
Okay.
And
So
then really
because
quick,
PDF
I
actually
restart
is
my time
defined
again. I
as,
believe.
pedophile.
We'll
as
give you
pre.
another minute.
PDF is defined as
Okay.
pre.
I mean, I'm the only
pubescent.
one who disagrees, so I think I deserve some extra time here to be able to reply to these people.
Well, no, Tito also disagrees, Jane. You
A
can't hog all
person
the
who
time.
is sexually attracted to children.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
is.
Now, it's also you're looking at the first definition. The
Okay,
the
let's look
second
at the
portion of
second.
it would be a child that is pre-pubescent.
Okay, let's look at the secondary.
Pre-puberty would be child.
Hold on, I'm going to the Oxford Dictionary. Let's look at the secondary.
You could also go to Webster.
Oh, okay, let's go to the Webster. Webster Dictionary.
Webster's the more accurate and clean cut.
Debating like terminology.
Well, we're just debating terminology because terminology goes with
Merriam-Webster.
criminal,
Yeah, like
and criminal is what matters, not ideological.
One,
They're all
okay, the
branches
secondary
of it.
definition is one affected with pedophilia, called also pedophiliac.
Well, we're going off of Webster now. We're not going off.
Yeah,
of
this is
the-
Webster. This
the
is
source you-
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, use the first definition of
This
Webster.
is the secondary. This is Merriam-Webster. Yes. So nowhere does it say prepubescent. So
yeah, I'll pull it up and prove you wrong.
okay, yeah,
Put
pull
it
it
on
up
the
and prove me
screen.
wrong. I also have a question for you. So how old are you?
I'm 35.
Do you think it would be wrong for you to engage in a sexual action with a 14-year-old or no?
No,
Yes.
Sherlock. Like, why are you even
Okay,
asking?
so then
me?
why are you
why do you
defending
think
this?
that because I'm trying to get you to be accurate with definitions, does that make me something in your mind?
Well, let's say this.
Well, no,
Do you
she
think
claimed
it's
that about
wrong
you and me,
for
Fever.
somebody who's 21 years old to engage in a sexual act with a 16-year-old? Yes or no?
yes, that's wrong.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking him.
Yes, me
I'm
and
not
Fever and
asking
everyone
you
agree.
either. I'm asking him. This is why. See, these men that are apparently more emotional, intelligent, can't even recognize when somebody's asking another person a question. Please
That
stay
has
silent, little
nothing to
boy.
do with
Anyways,
emotional
I'm asking you a
intelligence.
question, Fever. Hello.
Very
Exactly.
angry. Somebody is very angry.
Exactly.
Jane is very
Because you interrupt.
angry.
You just can't code that I caught her on definitions, so I got to be
Right.
something bad.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She
Let's see.
called me. She told me.
Wait, her definitions aren't
told me
even
I was
wrong. I don't know what the
gay,
point of that is.
Okay,
Well,
let's see.
because
What's your
legally- hold on,
definition?
Super.
Can you
Hold
pull
on,
it up, Fever?
ma'am, Jane, I'm addressing Super. You weren't saying anything of substance for a second, so chill out. Super. So the reason it matters, right, and the reason she is wrong is because legally it is still classified as statutory grape, not
Yeah, yes, because you guys are talking over each
P3DO.
other. You guys agree,
So-
but you guys are just talking over each other.
No, me and her don't agree. She doesn't think it's statutory. She thinks it's still P3DO, and she thinks that is still what it would be
no,
legally.
statutory is just a legal term. I don't know what you're talking about. Statutory is just a legal term. What you're
Right.
talking about, some kind of colloquial definition. That
No,
doesn't
no, we're
matter in
talking
this
about the
case.
crime, specifically the crime that you would be
Okay,
labeled
but
of
what does that have
committing,
to do with
right?
anything?
If you engage with let's give Fever's age as a great example, right? If I was a 35-year-old and I were to engage in actions with a very young child,
Here's the
under the
definition
age
of statutory
under the
rape.
age.
I'm going to give you the
Jane,
definition
stop.
of statutory rape.
Jane, stop. Let me finish my point, ma'am. Dear
Mhm.
God, you cannot just interject and start yelling out.
You don't make
definitions.
any sense at all. But go on.
I am making plenty of sense because again, we're talking about legally, right? If I was a 35-year-old man and I engaged in sexual actions with a 4-year-old, right? Great example. That would be legally the crime I would be charged with is pedophilia. The book definition
The
word.
crime
And grape as
pedophilia-
well.
Yeah, it's great.
Just say
you know.
P3.
It would be grape. Statutory grape. You would be charged with. Okay, so statutory
I would be
grape.
charged with both, ma'am. That's the difference.
It wouldn't even be
right?
statutory grape. It would just be grape. Sorry.
Okay, we're
Yes.
going
Let me
back
correct
to
myself. It would just be grape, not statutory.
Yep, we're going
Yeah.
back to timers. Okay.
Yeah,
Tito,
we're gonna
I'm gonna
have
give
to.
you 2 minutes since these fucking
These bias mods. These low IQ bias mods. It's funny.
Oh, hey, why don't we? talk
Jane, you
about-
were allowed to
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
come
no,
back
hey,
up.
Jane.
So
Go ahead, Tito.
the race and gender are definitely social constructs. What Fever said about like you having a black baby, like that's not a evidence of race existing. That's just how genetics work. Like for race to exist, you have to have like actual biological markers that like have discrete groupings within like society. But biology, we found that that doesn't exist. That's why there's not a biological classification of like race is not a term. Like we group it as species and subspecies and all these other like phylums and all this other shit. And we found through the Human Genome Project that 99.9% of our DNA, like of all humans across the world, is identical. So the little variation is 0.1%. That's where our colors, skin colors, come from, and that's just from our different environments that we live in. So that's not proof of race existing. And
Or proof
again,
of us
why
being
it's social?
different species.
Yeah, can we? So why is it social construct as well? Because it was constructed way before we even found out by DNA.
Very okay. Sexual
Can I finish?
perversion in which children are.
My timer's not finished. Okay, so like for our time, the definition of white changed a lot. Like Italians weren't known as white, Irish people weren't known as white, Jewish people weren't white, and that's like because it's a social thing, and also because Asians as well. You said about skin color, like Asians, Indians are Asians, but they're not white like Chinese people. So you can't just say, "Oh, this is about skin color." No, it's just geopolitical terms, like outdated terms that get imported today. So that's why I think
White
it's a social
supremacy
construct.
is a outdated term, then, right? White supremacy is an outdated term.
No, because
right?
people still think that, so it's not an outdated term. So. There's people
what
that still
percentage white are
practice
you?
white
You look a little white. Are you? What percentage white are you?
No, I'm Polynesian.
Or European genetics in you?
Probably like 1% back in the 1800s, but
Okay,
I
so do
pretty
you
much look
hate
Samoan.
1% of yourself then?
No, because I don't hate all white
Fucking
people.
retarded questions are sorry.
Yeah.
What kind of dumb questions are you asking?
Yeah, no one said
No,
like,
it's totally relevant.
please.
Okay, so that's not a.
Super, you're
Hold
gonna
on,
have
really
to
quick.
drop
Can I
and
ask a
then come
question?
back up.
So how
dude.
is that not a dumb question, but me asking if being attracted to children is? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I also just want to say that, okay, we'll say that, yeah, it's not P3-ophilia, right? I'll
What
say that
percentage of white are you,
ebophilia,
Jane? What percentage white
ebophilia
are
is
you?
equally
What
as
percentage
wrong,
white
and
are
it's
you,
just
Jane?
as bad.
What percentage white are you?
50%.
Okay, do you hate 50% of yourself?
Why would I hate 50% of myself? What did I say that would make you believe that? Please let me know.
No
that
brainer.
white
Could you give me
people
its
aren't
timer next?
superior
I
than
mean,
any
you're
other
against white
race?
supremacy, right?
That white people are not superior than any other race? I don't think so at all. I don't think black people are either. I don't think any race is superior to the other. I think we're all human beings. Scientifically, we are all Homo sapiens.
Actually, that is wrong, Jane.
Oh, so we're not all Homo sapiens. Okay.
No,
cool.
we're not. I can give you a
Okay.
great example, right? So Caucasians, right? People from these, specifically the Caucasus Mountains, right? A great
Mhm.
example would be Chechens, right? Chechens are Muslim, right? They're white Muslims from the Caucasus Mountains. Their closest relative is not the Homo sapien. If we go back like haplogroups
That's
and
relatives. That's
genotypes,
not what
right?
they actually. Oh, you're so
Stop.
dumb. It's
Let me
laughable.
finish.
Oh my God.
Stop. Let me finish. I said haplogroups and their genotypes. Their closest relatives are not Homo sapiens. They're actually Neanderthals, ma'am. Specifically
they called again?
Neanderthals,
What are they called
right?
They have the highest admixture with
Chechens.
Neanderthals.
Chechens?
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. That's the
It
closest
doesn't mean they're
relative
the
genotype
closest
and
relatives.
haplogroup, right?
Homo.
Yes, it is. If
So
that's
No,
what
it
they're
isn't.
mostly mixed with, then yes, that would be their closest relative. That's like if I'm mixed with mostly my dad's DNA,
Okay,
saying
so
my dad is my
Chechens-
closest relative
Hold
would
on,
be
let me
wrong.
finish.
No, it
I'm going
wouldn't
to tell you.
Ma'am,
Chechens,
you're saying let you finish, but I haven't got done speaking. I was
but you're
interrupted by
wrong.
2
They're
people.
Homo sapiens.
Stop. Let me finish. Yes, after Homo sapiens came up through Africa, through the Middle East, and again into Europe, through Asia, through Russia. Yes, they mixed a lot with Neanderthals. I never said that didn't happen. I said their closest relative, haplogroup and genotype, is the Neanderthal. Just like Asians and Native Americans, they share the same, which is the Indo-European nomadic steppe peoples. That is their closest haplogroup and genotype relative, not the Homo sapien. That's why they're shorter. That's why the Mongols are good on
Sir,
horseback.
I don't think that you
Same
know
as
what
the
a
Native
homo. What is a
Americans,
Homo
right?
sapien, sir? What is a Homo sapien?
Homo sapiens, again, are the root, the absolute bare root relative
A Homo
of the modern
sapien is
day
a
human.
human. A Homo sapien is a fucking human.
Ma'am,
Okay,
I
can
just said
Why
that.
did it
If
take
you
you
would
so
have let
long
me
to
finish
answer
the
that,
tail end of
though?
my statement, like
What are you
again,
even
I'll
talking
repeat
about
it
right
for
now?
you. Shut up. I'll repeat it for you like I've just said.
No,
to
you don't need to repeat it.
The
What are you
Homo
talking about? Just
sapien
clarify what you're
is
talking
the
about.
bare
Use your brain,
root
please.
closest genotype to the modern
So
day
how does
human.
that prove that we're
on
not all
average,
We
humans?
are
yes.
Homo sapiens.
How does that prove that? Okay,
Oh my
We are
God.
Homo
Can
sapiens.
I reply now
That's our
because he's
species.
making no sense. So Chechens are not Neanderthals.
Chechens, not Chechens.
Chechens.
Also, Caucasians is like an
Let me finish.
outdated
Just
term
let me
as well.
finish really quick, Tito. I love what you're saying, but just let me finish. Chechens are not
Oh,
recognized as Neanderthals, right? In the highest, okay. While the average non-African has about 2% of Neanderthal DNA, some individuals, particularly those with East Asian ancestry, can have slightly higher amounts, with the reported figures reaching around 4%. So European people don't even carry the most amount of Neanderthal DNA. So for one, even
What
if
are
they have
Chechens?
4%, even if they have 4% of Neanderthal DNA, they are still Homo
Where?
sapiens.
What
Which
continent is Checha
they are all.
considered
We're
being
all
a
Homo
part of?
sapiens. What are you fucking talking about? We're all Homo
I
sapiens.
just told you what I was
We are
talking
all the
about.
same species.
Ma'am, you won't shut up long
We are
enough to
all
let
of-
me
we are
ask
all
you
of
the
the same
question.
species.
Like I said, what continent is Chechnya in?
I don't think he knows. I don't think I'm talking to
What?
somebody.
You said
Yeah.
Asians have specifically the highest regards of Neanderthal
Are
DNA.
they still Homo
right?
sapiens? Yes or no?
Oh my God, yes. I never said they weren't.
Okay,
Are you
so
a
then what
fucking
are you
moron?
fucking
I've
talking
told
about? I
you.
said we were all Homo
I've
sapiens.
told.
so
Shut
what are
your
we
mouth
arguing
for a
about?
second. Shut your mouth
What are
for
we
a second.
arguing about?
Like
Please
I have
tell me.
told you,
Please
they
tell me what we're
carry
arguing about.
the most Neanderthal DNA.
Please tell me what
of
your
any Homo
argument
sapien.
is. Please
My
tell me what your
argument
argument is.
like, oh my God, like
What
you
is your
said, you said,
argument,
if you
idiot?
shut up and let somebody finish, I'm telling you.
You're not
Shut your
telling me what
mouth.
I'm.
Shut your mouth.
Tell me what
Practice
I'm
decorum
asking
and
you.
shut
You're-
up for a
Rob, don't
second.
crash
I'm
out.
on a
asking you.
timer.
Tell me what I'm
Fuck.
asking.
I'm on a timer. Shut up.
Your
God.
brain.
You said that racism is a social construct. Race, not racism. Apologies. She's got me all wired up, boys. Race is a social construct. Again, no, it is not. If you look in the haplogroups and genotypes,
Topic is ICE equals soldiers of white supremacy. The reason why this is a topic is because of what we're seeing happen to people. They've been given the okay to racially profile people, right? This is not helping them do their job effectively. We're now seeing people who are citizens being attacked and detained. It's out of control. SVS, we had an issue with you up here yesterday. Hopefully things go a little bit smoother. Can we get your age, your race, and your pronouns?
35, white, he.
Well, look at that. You done came up in the world. So tell us why you disagree with the topic. Just know that we only engage with empirical evidence and examples. We don't do hypotheticals and we don't do personals. And yesterday you gave us a hard time. Listen, if you disagree, you came up here, you can respond to the topic and tell us why you disagree. And then after you tell us why you disagree, we'll engage in a discussion with you about why you disagree.
Well, America is not a white nation, so how can they be soldiers of white supremacy?
Do you think that the entire population of the United States has to be white in order for it to be a white supremacist nation?
Well, again, I was trying to figure out like what your definition of white supremacy is. Are you saying that that's like white people who advocate for themselves
What is
equals
your
white
definition?
supremacy?
What do you know white supremacy to be?
Well, I don't believe it's a real thing, so.
So then why did you come up here? And here's the other thing. This is what we ran into yesterday. In order for you, right, to not believe that it's a real thing, that means that you would have to have an understanding of what it is. So tell us what it is. You couldn't do this yesterday.
I've never heard it defined in a way that seems, actually real. So that's
Okay,
why I'm
what
trying
do
to
you-
understand
what
how you
do
define
you-
it as real.
What do you know it to be?
I mean, I know how you guys define it. You define it as like white people advocating for themselves equals
Nope.
like,
Nope.
Okay.
I'm asking you to tell us what you know it to be. What do you know it to be?
well, that's what I hear you guys saying. So that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not what
is
we
that
say.
wrong?
Then. That's not what we say. What do you know it to be, though? If you can't tell us, I don't know why
Well,
you
that's
came
what I
up here.
said.
Yeah, I don't know why you came up here. What do you know it to be?
I s-
You came up here because you
White
disagree,
people
right?
advocating for themselves equals white supremacy.
That's incorrect. So you came up here to argue something that you don't even know anything about, claiming that it doesn't exist because you don't know what it is.
Well, why can't you just explain it to me if you know what it
That's
is?
not my job. Go look it up.
Well, you're making a positive claim, so where's your evidence?
Yeah, but you don't have a claim at all because you
You
don't know
said
what
you
you're
only deal
talking
with
about.
empirical evidence, so I'm asking
Listen,
for the.
you don't have a claim at all because you don't know what you're talking about. You did the same thing yesterday. Go look it up and then come back after you look it up. It's not hard. I would have the discussion with you if you would have at least attempted to have the discussion, but you didn't. You're being rude and disingenuous and gaslighting. White supremacy does exist.
Oh, he said white
100%.
supremacy doesn't exist. If that ain't the funniest shit I ever heard in my life.
Listen, and why does Pete Hegseth have the tattoo that he does? Let's be real. Come on. Explaining to me is wild. Listen, there are people who host discussions about things that I know nothing about. You would never catch me on their panel trying to argue them down about it. I was listening to a live, I think there's tattoos, Pearl, you're right. They were talking about, I don't know, they're debating a specific topic. I can't remember. It was very interesting though. I don't know if they didn't mean to request. Okay, go ahead, tell us why you disagree.
You kicked me off, so I mean, do you want me to
Yeah,
come back?
because you were doing the same thing that you did yesterday. I really don't want to have to sit up here and hold somebody's hand through the entire discussion. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't.
Well, we have to agree on the definition. I gave you my definition, so I'm asking for yours
And it
if
was
you disagree
wrong.
with mine.
Yeah, I'm not
Right,
giving you one.
so correct
I'm
me
not
then.
giving one. No, I'm not giving you one. You're the type that needs to go and look it up on their own and then come back.
I mean, if it's a real thing, why can't we just look at the evidence and let the evidence
Yeah,
speak
it
for
is a
itself?
real thing. You can go look it up. You're just going to come up here and deny everything that I say. Go look it up yourself.
Well, you're
and
denying what
then
I'm
come
saying.
back. No, I'm not denying what you're saying. You're not responding to the topic. You are not the type of person, right, that deserves me to do the work for you. Go do the work yourself and then come back. That's it. It's not hard. Exactly. Look, everybody in the chat is cheering you on. They're telling you exactly what you got to do. It's not hard. But since I don't think that we're going to be able to get to an actual discussion tonight, I did want to show you guys something. Oh, hold on. We got somebody else coming up. Mosquito, welcome up. Can we get your age, your race, and your pronouns?
Hey there, guys. Yeah, I'm the 42. I guess I go by the white, according to the FBI, and I go by the he, him.
Interesting. Tell us why you disagree with the topic using empirical evidence and examples. You guys in the chat make me laugh. No hypotheticals and no personals.
Well, the number one deportee race is white. So how can they be for white supremacy?
Do you have any sources?
Sure. So Hispanic and, South American ethnicities is not a race. Race
This
is
is
white.
nuts, bro. Why do people in South America speak Spanish?
Well, what race are they then?
For somebody else to attack us. But the whole standing up to like being okay having drag shows around kids, fuck that shit.
I agree. I mean, it shouldn't be anything around
Fuck
children.
that shit.
Bombero.
That
It's
makes
just-
me.
it's
That makes my
inappropriate.
blood
That's
boil.
the problem.
Yeah.
So
It's
you agree
inappropriate
with
for
me? That's the
children.
problem. Is the
No,
grandiosity that's been.
Why the fuck are
the
they having drag
grandiosity
shows in
that's
front of
been
kids?
Given around. That's been given around the LBGTQ.
Having a drag show in front of kids
oh my God, why are you so hateful?
Okay, guys, we have some new people. I want to check in.
It disrupts the
Hold up,
balance of
y'all.
normal.
Guys, I want to.
finish.
Go
sorry.
ahead, Jonesy. And then
No,
I'll
I was
check
gonna,
in
I
with
was
new
gonna,
people.
I was gonna help you. I'm like,
Oh, thank you, Jonesy. Thanks, Jonesy. So we got
No,
a couple
and
of
I'm
new
not
people.
trying to- I'm
Okay,
not
Ro,
trying
Ro,
to,
I got to check in the
like,
new
throw
people,
shade
but
on
we'll come
anybody.
back to you, okay? So we got a couple of new people. Johnny, I know you've been very patient there. Can I get your age and who you voted for, please?
Sakes.
Bro, there's other people in the chat, Ro. We got to monopolize the conversation. Can I get your age who you voted for, please?
I
man?
understand that, and I appreciate that, host.
That's
and
all right,
I
bro.
respect you.
Thank you, Ro. Agent, who you voted for, please, Johnny?
40, and I voted for Trump.
Okay, and then SVS down in the corner. Agent, who you voted for, please?
35, but I didn't vote.
Okay. Do you have a political affiliation? Just need a kind of idea where you stand.
I mean, I would say, well, I'm in the Republican Party, but like, I'm not like super committed to one side or the other. I mean, it's kind of out of desperation more than anything.
Okay, that's
rational people think along the middle. There you go.
You probably sound a lot like me. I'm a very moderate conservative, so probably similar cut. So Johnny, I know you were very patient there for a while. Do you have anything to
I'm a
weigh in?
national socialist, by the way.
Zeke-hell, then Zeke-hell. Hey, bro, we've had communists, we've had socialists, we've had all
Zeke-hell.
kinds, so nothing to worry about there.
I'm just MAGA, so.
Yeah. Anything on your mind there, Johnny?
Am I on the wrong panel here? What's going on?
No, you're good, man. This
Yeah,
is an
just-
open. It's an open
All right.
political discussion. Very open ended, not an echo chamber. A lot of people from different sides of the political spectrum. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, I supported for Trump, but I'm not like hardcore MAGA or anything like that. So
Yeah, it's probably a lot like me then.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Most
flip-flop
Republicans,
from
to be honest,
Bro-
other than that fuckface Matt Schaefer from my grade, who is such an asshole.
Bro, you and Max Schaefer are just.
Bro, he was he,
so
like
excited.
you got to just realize the Tea Party Republicans, like circa the early 2000s, like Glenn Beck, like Tea Party Republicans were unsufferable, and now
I gotcha. But
Yeah, he's the same person.
We were talking about. Is it Roe? It's Roe, right? Or Raw? Is it Raw?
Right.
Or Roe?
yeah, dude,
Who's-
Matt,
You call me
this
whatever
is-
you want,
dude, Matt
sweetheart.
Schaefer he gets under my skin. He
Roe, what were you trying to say before we entered the new people in? That way you could finish your thought.
All I
if
know
you
is
were
he's the
gonna-
only person who liked Trump as a Republican that I ever knew, and like he was unsufferable. So like, we can be Republican and still not like Trump.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, of course.
And I can still love. I can actually really like.
No,
Trump's
that's not what I was trying to say.
hold on. I can like Trump's ideals as long as they like align with what it means to be a traditional Republican. Strong military, less taxes, like less government oversight. It's all he's doing right now.
Trump is the opposite of military.
Wait, ask Iran, ask Venezuela.
No, ask him how he dodged it.
What do you mean?
And he dodged it.
You guys have very.
He
Oh,
didn't.
you
He
mean the
didn't start
Vietnam?
with you.
You mean the Vietnam?
I'm
thing.
definitely more libertarian, to be honest. Yeah.
Dodge,
Well, I'm a libertarian
dodge
too.
what?
You guys
Wait.
are both libertarians.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm a libertarian
dodge
too,
what?
but I
But I
know
also
a draft dodger.
But I also understand how math works, and I understand that like all these
Wait.
Democrats promising all these social services, they've never once shown the math to ever make it like work. So they're
No,
just,
no,
you can't
fuck
just
math.
you can't just walk around and
Wait,
promise
wait,
to pay
wait,
for
B. What
shit.
do you mean? What do you mean he dodged it? He dodged what?
Yeah, Donald Trump dodged the Vietnam War.
So he's talking about the bone spurs and that.
Yeah, he put
an
himself that
eligible
he
to
had
be
bone
drafted for
spurs.
Vietnam.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a pussy move. But to be fair, I was recruited to West Point, and my grandmother told me, this is a Jewish thing. She told me she'd break my kneecaps if I went to West Point. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm a Marine, and that is pussy ass shit.
My grandmother was like, yeah, I don't want you to fight. By the way, her husband and both my grandfather.
I
fought
don't
in
believe
so.
that because Jews are very advantageous, and if you could have gotten to West Point, I guarantee your matrilineal lineage would push for that because of the ability to have leadership positions in the future.
What a dumb
You could be the next
statement.
Donald Rumsfeld.
What a dumb
You could be the
statement, bro.
next Donald Rumsfeld. I'm saying.
Okay, you guys never answered me. So should the Democrats?
So you think I went to a shitty college?
No,
instead of West
I
Point?
answered you. I said. I
Should the
said
Democrats
I think-
drop the rainbow flag?
I think
said
you're
yes.
making an excuse. That's all
I
I'm
said
saying.
yes.
Bro,
I said
maybe
yes, they should.
Anybody
Bro,
else?
maybe I went
Let's,
to a
let's
better
put the
college
vote
than
out
West
here.
Point.
Should Democrats drop
Because
the rainbow
if your
flag?
matrilineal grandmother
I think they should
Oh my
probably
God.
not
not
make it as
to
much of a big deal
accelerate
as it is.
in the United
I
States
mean, they have to vote for someone.
ecosystem, that sounds very anti-Jewish to me.
Okay, we're going to move on from that road.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's like-
Yep.
I mean, you're lying, bro.
I'm not
No,
lying. What do I have to gain to lie?
B. Ask your question to the whole panel again.
Well, me?
What do you have to tell?
Oh
the
yeah,
truth?
it's
Okay,
simple.
first of all, Ro, if you just go to my,
BK, wait.
Okay,
wait,
we're going to move on
wait.
from that, dude. It's silly.
wait.
My question is simple: should the Democrat Party drop the rainbow flag? I'm not saying that
No,
they shouldn't
no.
respect LGBTQ
No.
community.
No.
But should we be leading with that?
No, Democrats have been the people who stand for everybody. That's their whole point.
They're better
I
at
think
putting
you
less
should,
emphasis on it. Like,
because
okay, we probe.
This is an accelerationist point of view
Wow,
on my part,
what a
and I believe
am
that
am
the
I wrong about
destruction
something?
of
Democrats
nuclear
Hold up.
families
Let's let the
is a
new
good
panelists
One person at a
answer.
time, but nobody can hear anything.
Democrats
Yeah, we have some new
support the
people.
little guy, and now you're like, fuck the little guy because
Wait.
they're not going to get us
Yeah,
votes.
Never said
Wait,
that.
wait,
Jonesy,
wait.
guys,
Let's
yeah.
let's let the new guys answer too.
Yeah, Johnny,
B-
SVS. Go ahead, guys.
B, can you answer your question to the panel, to the new panels?
One more time. Should the Democrat Party drop the rainbow flag?
Nope.
But I'm not saying ignore them.
Nope.
Just don't lead with them.
Nope.
Because
Alright.
the Republicans don't lead with a millionaire flag and they take care of them.
No, we don't.
No, but CBS
Lead.
and Johnny
lead
answer.
with the
Wait,
lead
wait.
with it.
CBS and Johnny answer, please, and thank you.
I
And then
hope
y'all
they
can
don't drop
open
it.
Yeah,
because
thank you, Jonesy. Go ahead, Johnny and SVS.
I really hope they don't drop it because honestly, this is the kind of stuff that we weaponize against them and we win.
Okay.
CBS.
I mean,
Well,
so
yeah,
so
to
so,
be
I think
fair,
you should
I
lead
agree.
with it.
Wait, let CBS.
so the question is, I mean, honestly, I think the Republicans are smart to let all the gay and the trans come over to the party. I mean, we need to however many numbers it takes to get people who are like going to have a reasonable
To
discussion.
be
The
honest,
reason I like the right.
most gay people do not want to be associated with the rest of the letters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in one of the gayest places in the world, and like most of them are not like super left wing people for the most part. You know?
Why is
Okay.
it? Why is it that every person that was weird in my high school that was argumentative and did not fit in is all part of the Liberal Party today.
That's
Why?
just
It's a very focused
maybe
question.
maybe it's the nose piercing theory.
Why was
Hey,
it a bunch of
that
people
theory holds
angry at
water.
everyone else for,
It holds
like,
water. I was like,
for
oh,
like
shit.
fitting in more?
Captain Theory works again. I'll give it credit.
I'm just telling you, I could go through every year of my entire life and pick out the people who are going to be liberal today, and they're the same fucking people, and they're just
guess
as
what?
annoying in class.
My whole
Liberalism
family
is really.
try
Go ahead.
try having a whole liberal family, and then you're
Oh, God,
conservative, and then you're just like
Poor
you
thing.
just have to sit there and say, hey, this is why I do this, this, and this.
You know what I did?
over and
I
over.
learned math, and my degree was finance. So it was like, how do I learn math and make money? So I don't give a fuck. Like,
Here's the thing is, like,
internally, I make
here's the
money
thing.
for myself.
Liberalism
about
and
other people.
libertarianism, liberalism and libertarianism are literally like a death cult, right? And so you have to attack the ideology itself, but you
Wait,
can't be
which
upfront
one's
with that.
different? Which one's different? There's
No.
liberalism and-
Libertarianism means like I'm just gonna do what I want. And don't yuck my.
Yeah, but I
yum.
mean, if everybody has that attitude, nothing's going to get done and everything's going to
Yeah,
fall apart, right?
exactly.
Well,
isn't that
That's
what
right.
happened? Isn't
Hold
that
on.
what happened Sunday?
Nationalism is a very key point of moving forward as a nation.
You say nationalism is?
Yes.
So,
100%.
that means like regardless of like freaking race or any bullshit bigotry.
Oh, nationalism. Now you're like venturing into Zionism, my friend.
Nah, buddy.
Oh.
No, I'm a national socialist.
Oh, can't be proud of.
I'm a national socialist.
Zionism, nationalism,
I
these days.
I care about like national representation and the propagation
why did
of
Kanye buy
national idealism.
Why did Kanye buy 5,000 acres in Wyoming?
I don't know, because he can.
Who the fuck?
Well,
Yeah,
because he can,
Kind of a random
exactly.
thing, yeah.
Because he wants
It's the
like
same reason I
bipolar and
can.
crazy,
because he
Yeah, I
wants
would-
because he wants
Maybe
5,000
question
acres to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I would be doing the same with mine. I live in
No
the butt
shit,
from
that's
That's
the
kind
whole
of like
point of money.
bipolar and very.
The whole point of
Say
money
that.
is to buy enough land where you can do whatever the fuck you want. Otherwise, you're not free.
Buddy, what's your landing point at this moment? What are you trying to yell?
Well, liberals don't own anything.
Well, I mean, that's why when you go to
Yeah,
one of these
exactly.
panels where
That's
they're
the
advocating
point.
for communism, there's
That's
no
the
rich
point.
people advocating for communism. It's always some poor ass broke college kid who's like, communism is great, guys. Like,
That's
You know what?
exact-
Yeah,
that's
and,
my
and it's
entire
also
point.
being sold by the AOC, who has $30 million
Hi, why you
saying
gotta
I'm
be
not a
so
millionaire.
accurate like that? Why you gotta
yeah,
describe
I
him so
spend way too much
accurately?
time analyzing these people.
That's my entire point. Like
Because I
the
made me learn
people
that like
that
13 that
control
communism
things
was
are
bad.
the people that control things don't care about nation.
No, they care about
They
money.
don't care about race. They don't care about
Money.
traditionalism. They don't
Money.
care about anything that
Money.
matters. They don't care about anything that matters. Like if you really sit and think about what matters to you as a person, you may not have a good relationship with your family. And I
No,
don't.
Family is what matters.
I mean, but the fact of the matter is that I know who I am as a person and I know where I came from and I have a strong culture that basically dominated the world. And that's why I'm a national socialist, because
What?
I know that my nation can create a strong and foundational
Wait, what's a national socialist, if
birth-
you don't mind me asking?
It's an
So a
idiotic
national
standpoint.
socialist, here's the best definition of a national socialist. It's the crossbreed between communism and capitalism. It's the best
Oh.
of capitalism
Yeah.
and socialism.
So it's
Like,
meanwhile
your
it's
nation comes
never
first.
actually ever existed
Your
in the
nation comes
world, but
first.
it's the best thing.
Your nation comes first, and your people
borderline
work for the
MAGA.
nation, and your
No
and your
government in
nation
the
works for
entire
your people.
world implements a strategy, but it's the best one.
It is the best one.
Yeah, but no country in the world implements it.
China does. And they're doing pretty good.
They're bankrupt in their entire real estate industry.
Yeah, but they actually have a people that's actually like one thing, and like they act, like they move as a unit, right?
What about the
just really quick, guys? So
I mean,
was
China's
messaging
doing
this
pretty
guy
good
in
right
comments.
now, in my opinion.
No, real quick, Ro. There was a guy in
And
the
Germany
comments.
did really good under
Okay,
National
Ro,
Socialism. I mean, they turned
Hold up, hold
their.
up, hold
You're
up.
too drunk.
They were the most
at the end of the
depraved
day.
Wait,
country in the world.
y'all.
They
The
turned it
United
around in
States,
6 years.
the United
Wait,
States does not have a Uyghur population. Okay.
The host is trying to talk. Wait,
Thank you,
wait.
Jonesy. There was just a guy. Oh no, he's still here.
Right.
So cosplays is going on about the Epstein files. I pointed out how Bill and Hillary Clinton were actually subpoenaed to come
Bill
for
is
the
so-
Epstein files, and they actually were no shows. And he's like,
Wait.
"What? I didn't
love,
know
I love
that."
how you're
I'm like,
trying to
"Yep."
make the Epstein
But no-
files about Trump. Meanwhile,
by
Bill and
all means,
Hillary
keep
are like
accusing
the
Trump,
stars.
but it looks like well,
Yes,
Bill
the
and Hillary don't
Democrats.
even want to
Of
subpoena.
course.
Aren't even
Weren't
going to
they-
come forward.
Weren't they found in contempt? Though?
No, do you actually know why there were no shows?
Why would they know
Because-
shows?
There were no shows because they wanted to say it on in public. Republicans said
That's not
no.
true. Trump is a square. He does not drink alcohol. He's a square. He doesn't. He just wants to play golf.
I'm talking about
He
the
probably
Clintons.
fucking went on, right? It's just true. He's a fucking square. He's a square.
The Clintons wanted to talk in
You
public,
guys want to hear some real fucked up shit?
and the Republicans said no. We want to do it in private. So and Bill Clinton and old girl said no.
Okay.
I
listen.
heard from a guy
Bill Clinton
that
was a
said
scumbag the whole
that
time.
and they even said in the Hillary Clinton emails that the whole invasion of Iraq was to procure the Stargate from the tomb of Gilgamesh in Iraq.
Dude,
I believe it's
Wow.
Basil Drip.
guys,
Is that a conspiracy? Is that a
Razzle
conspiracy?
drip.
That sounds very
boy.
conspiracy.
Yeah, I feel like that's a conspiracy, buddy. I feel
It's-
like that's it's
how-
total
okay,
kind
That's
of
Basil
territory.
drip.
How's it conspiracy that as paid public servants who cannot be incentivized, both Hillary Clinton and AOC gained $1 billion% net like worth jump. Meanwhile, people like Mitt Romney, Trump, they were already billionaires who like have lost money.
Saying.
Earlier, right? So how are all these Democrats, people like making 10,000% returns in their time in power
Because that's
by being
the
socialists?
The reason
Fuck,
why
stop
wait,
being that dumb. Stop being that dumb. You're
Well,
being
you asked.
brainwashed.
No,
You
but
asked.
no. The
fucking
reason
being brainwashed. You're
No,
so
I'm trying
dumb.
to answer the question. You're sitting there saying,
I already
Okay,
know the
let
answer. You're
Jonesy
just
talk.
fucking
Okay, come
dumb.
on, guys.
Yeah.
And you
Come
asked,
on.
bro.
I'm not even
So let her
dumb. Don't
answer.
even call me
Have some
dumb. I'm
decorum,
on the
boys.
same
Sorry.
side ish. I'm on the same coin, except we're on the different side of the south.
Meanwhile, the rainforest,
But okay, hold
the
on.
rainforests are rebuilding themselves.
Buddy. I'm gonna need you to.
Al Gore was wrong
I'm
about
gonna get out my
rainforests.
manly voice real quick.
Oh my god,
Bro, you need to lower
Jonesy,
it
you're
down
on my
just a bit.
side. Come on now.
Stop. Anyways, so like the reason
Throw
why
me
that
a
happens,
Roman girl.
the reason why that happens is because these politicians are simps, and my boy Trump is the PIMP. He's the pimp, my guy. He's the one doing it.
I mean, he's an expansionist. I like that. You know, we got Greenland on one side, we got
and he
Japan on the other, we got
converted
Venezuela to the
Judaism.
south, right?
I like Trump have just understood from a development standpoint. You could try to propose $1 billion development in a small local town, and you literally like before it gets approved, every neighbor in that entire town gets to yell at you. You gotta sit up in front of the planning board and like that guy was hardened in steel in terms
What are you
of
saying?
I'm
What are you
saying
yapping
that
about,
his
bro?
I was like, yeah, BK, where's this coming from, bro?
My brain cells are gone.
He's
What
saying
the
his
fuck?
disposition diminished as soon as he got into the cultivation of the political infrastructure of the globalist, agenda. That's what
Nope.
he's saying.
Sounded,
That seems like
that
a
sounded
Trump.
like a
That's
lot. That
exactly
sounded
what
like
he's
a bit of a Kamala
still
Harris
means
word
that.
salad there.
That's what everybody else
No,
is
that's
saying.
exactly what he's saying.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but
yeah.
his resolve diminished.
You're unburdened by the burdens that burden. us.
Okay, well, I deal with that.
No, he seriously,
I thought you said the other
his
word. I'm
resolve
not even gonna lie.
diminished quickly.
Well, look, Trump is renegotiating with Europe. Europe's, been very smug, thinking like America owes them something, and he's like, "Look, you guys owe us something now."
Yeah,
And he's like,
100%. He's been
First of all,
coming in place.
every American should want us to go eviscerate trade deals with Europe. Like take everything. Like that only benefits us. Why
No,
are
But
you supporting
Europe
Europe?
has screwed.
I'm not even
Europe
gonna
has
lie.
screwed us
Kind of-
over.
Hold up. It'd be kind of ironic. Just imagine this: we're taxing British, England, or something like that.
Welcome
Mind
to
you,
the
didn't
Boston
they do the
Tea
same?
Party.
Didn't
Welcome
they
to
do
the
the
Boston
same
Tea
like
Party.
300 years ago?
Well,
Yes,
look,
they
it's not
did.
even
Yes,
like they're
they
white
did.
anymore. So
And
who
we had to
cares?
fuck
They're not
their
white
shit up.
anymore. So screw
No,
them
they
over.
did not.
Oh, the
Hi,
You
Boston
think
Tea
aren't
Party.
you think the Tea
Hi, are you
Party was
English?
all about
What about
Are you
taxation,
British?
What about the stamp
about
tax?
representation?
What about the stamp tax?
Pi, are you British?
Well, look,
Oh, you
we
don't know
represent
about
them
the
because
stamp
we
tax?
fight for them. We've defended them, so we
Guy,
own them.
You're missing out on the fact that I went to private school. Like I fucking had to learn all these like random fucking minuscule details about this shit. What about the stamp tax? What about like
So we
different
own.
taxes?
So you agree? We fought for Europe, so we own Europe, right?
No, we were Americans who defended ourselves, living in a country who were born in America, to not be controlled by Europe, who had no interest in ever like making America great.
I mean, Mr. Mustache would have been a better leader. Let's be honest.
Get out of here.
I'm just. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Don't
But
fuck
he
with
would
the
have been a better
American
leader,
Revolution.
and I'm not
Don't fuck with
joking.
the American Revolution.
You know-
One of the greatest things ever.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up soon. There's a bunch of people in the comments talking a bunch of shit, but they're apparently big walking sentient vagina want to come up, which is whatever, fine by me. So yeah,
that is good. And I think this like British guy, I like this British guy.
Oh, thank you, BK. I appreciate that, man. I try, I try to keep it open. I try to hear from everyone. You saw that. I mean, we had very leftist people, and I might not necessarily agree with them, but I allow them to say their piece. I don't gang up on them. I don't attack them. I want to hear from everyone. Maybe they do have a good point of view, but I don't think you were here. We had one leftist guy discussing the Minnesota issue with Renee Good, and it was just very misleading, very disingenuous. And then when I kind of called him out on his shit, he just kind of backpedaled and was like, "Oh, well, you guys know the real reason." Like, "Oh, AKA you're all a bunch of racists." And it's like, "Okay, that's great, dude. Like, you can go now."
Well, honestly, I love people like that because they take the bite out of racism. I mean, racism is basically like being called like a normal person these days. It's like, okay, so like it's like, okay, great.
Oh yeah, it's pointless. I mean, and that's what I say as well. When you have no arguments and you have no discussion points, you just call the opposition a racist or a pedophile or a Nazi, and that's all you have. That's like all you have. All you have is name calling because you have no nothing of substance, nothing substantive to actually offer to the conversation.
And I am every one of those things, right? So you guys know, I'm a
They
racist.
are those
I'm a
people that
Nazi,
they're calling
all
them.
of them.
You know what, Ro? As long as you're respectful in the
And I'm
chat,
proud
and
to
as long
do it.
as you
I'm
don't
proud of it.
advocate to hurt any groups, then that's fine. That's your right. That's your freedom of speech. I'm very pro First Amendment.
No.
You've been respectful in the live, and as long as you don't say that you want to hurt or advocate hurt to any of those groups, then
I would
that's all good, man.
never advocate violence ever.
That's fantastic, dude.
But I am pro my race. I am pro everything that anybody that
Thank you, BK.
would compete against me for that. And I mean, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is that we're in a very serious situation politically. So it's always going to be a very dynamic situation.
I mean that is true. Like we are talking about this stuff as somewhat jovial, but also we can be aggressive with what we say in conversation. But like if you look at what's happening in Iran right now, that's just you're on a live for what you're saying right now.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. You know exactly. You know they
Right.
don't. The protesters they don't fuck around. They just like,
No,
oh,
they
you're
don't care.
protesting. Oh,
They
they
do
just get
not
the pew
care.
pews out. You know, it's horrible. Yeah, this is people should
is
appreciate
a
that they're in
bad
a country where you can protest and say these things without, you know, oh, I mean, look at all these people saying, oh, orange man, Cheeto, and there was a guy live streaming this anti-ice rally. I watched it this morning, and they were so stupid. They wrote H2O, you know, instead of water, like /ice, and they put HO2.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of nerd. You know.
No, yeah, it was creative, but they had the wrong chemical symbol.
No,
They had
but
HO2.
that just simplifies how fucking dumb that shit is. It's like, why the fuck are you doing it? Like, come on.
So, okay, this water, I don't know what the fuck this guy is, jellyfish guy. You're welcome to come up here. I have statistics. If you want statistics, I can pull out sources. And in fact, I'll let you even come up and you can pick the topic of discussion. You have a minute. That's my only offer. Otherwise, just keep making excuses and keep being a puss. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I cannot be any more fairer on this panel. There are dozens of panels where you have hardcore. I've gotten kicked out of hardcore MAGA panels. They don't like me either. They're like, oh, well, fuck it is, and they kick me out. I mean, I've been kicked out of all sorts of panels, which is why I made this to kind of at least give people kind of at least a little bit of time to kind of get their point across before having to put an end to it. But yeah, any last thoughts from you, BK? Or
What do you call a lesbian dinosaur?
I think I've heard this one before. Is it like a lickmesaurus or something?
Nope, a lickalotopus. That's all I gotta say.
Have a good one, guys. All right, I'm gonna assume this
Hey man,
guy's.
I appreciate your you hosting this live.
Oh, of
PY.
course, you're very welcome, bro. My pleasure, man. Yeah, feel free to follow, and I at least try to do one every, at least a couple of times a week. And like I said, it was good to have you, and I try to keep it open. And yeah, that sounds good, man. Feel free to follow and all that good stuff. And then
Hell yeah, I'll follow you. And I got blocked in the comments, but I would encourage every white European man to look into National Socialism, because it's kind of a thing for our people. So no offense against anybody else, but
yeah, just real quick, bro. I just want to. There's just the guy in the comments. I offered him to come up, and he pretty much personalizes a lot of the Democratic liberals. It's just this attitude. It's just a give up, weak attitude. It's like, oh, why fight for anything? I'm just going to give up and have big government look after me. I want a nanny state to look after me because I'm not a man. I'm not an adult. I'm not a functional part of society. I need someone to look after me because I'm a failure as an adult and a human being. And that's everything I'm against. You're a human. You got two arms. You got two legs. I came here as an immigrant. I worked very hard. I'm still working hard to be who I am. And people should be doing that. You shouldn't be relying on big government or some sort of bullshit social welfare service to help you out. That's weak. That's what weak people do. And again, weak people follow Democratic Party. So just my
100%. And I really appreciate that stance, and I think it shows a lot about your integrity and your manhood.
Oh, thank you.
And that's what's important in this world is, I think a lot of people overlook that fact of there's something that you cannot put a price tag on integrity. You can't put a price tag on, your own self-respect.
Absolutely. 100%.
And that gets overlooked all the time. And you've presented an opportunity for somebody like myself to, represent my idealism, and you've represented that yourself. So as a proud National Socialist, I would say I appreciate your integrity and your boldness, and my heart goes out to you, brother.
Oh, thank you so much, man. You're very welcome, dude. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it. But yeah, you're always welcome, dude. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
नीचे आ गई। जल्दी जल्दी लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करना है, शेयरिंग लगानी है। जल्दी जल्दी टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में आ जाए, सबको फॉलो करें, फॉलो बैक लें। जिसने मुझे फॉलो नहीं करा मुझे फॉलो करें, मेरी टीम को ज्वाइन करें। जल्दी 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 लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें, शेयरिंग लगाएं। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग। फोकस द टैप टैप। लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें, शेयरिंग लगाएं। सब लोग मिलकर लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें, शेयरिंग लगाएं। जिसने मुझे फॉलो नहीं करा मुझे फॉलो करें, मेरी टीम को ज्वाइन कर लें। किसी के पास एक क्वीन है तो टीम को ज्वाइन कर लें। जल्दी 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 लिस्टों में आते रहे, सबको फॉलो करते रहे, फॉलो बैक लेते रहे, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करते रहे। जल्दी से लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, अंसर सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ। जल्दी से हानिया सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, मिस्टर अदिल सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, शेयरिंग लगा दो। जल्दी से लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, शेयरिंग लगा दो। जल्दी 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 टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, सबको फॉलो करो, फॉलो बैक लो, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करो, शेयरिंग लगाओ। जल्दी जल्दी फोकस द टैप टैप, फोकस द टैप टैप। अलीजा सिस्टर थैंक यू शेयरिंग लगाने के लिए। जल्दी से फोकस द टैप टैप, टॉप टैप टैप पे फोकस करें, 5 लाख टैप टैप करें। जल्दी जल्दी फोकस द टैप टैप। म्यूट लगाएं भाई, म्यूट लगाते रहे, म्यूट लगाते रहे, म्यूट लगाते रहे, म्यूट लगाते रहे। आप लोग पॉइंट स्ट्रक करवा रहे हैं, पॉइंट स्ट्रक करवा रहे हैं, हर किसी के पॉइंट स्ट्रक करवा रहे हैं। आप लोग किसी की लिस्टों में नहीं आ रहे, ऊपर वालों के देखे पॉइंट अभी तक आप लोग लिस्टों में नहीं आ रहे। क्यों यार? लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है। जल्दी से लिस्टों में घूमे, लिस्टों में घूमे, लिस्टों में लिस्टों में लिस्टों में। म्यूट म्यूट म्यूट, शेयरिंग लगाओ, म्यूट लगाओ, शेयरिंग लगाओ, म्यूट लगाओ। जल्दी से म्यूट लगाते रहो, शेयरिंग लगाते रहो, म्यूट लगाते रहो, शेयरिंग लगाते रहो। टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ भाई, सबके लिस्टों में। सबको फॉलो करो, फॉलो बैक लो। जल्दी 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 लाइव को रिपोस्ट करो, शेयरिंग लगाओ, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करो, शेयरिंग लगाओ। हसनैन अली की शेयरिंग नजर आ रही है मुझे। जल्दी से लिस्टों में घूम जाओ, लिस्टों में लिस्टों में लिस्टों में। टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाओ भाई, सबके लिस्टों में। जल्दी 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 फोकस द टैप टैप, फोकस द टैप टैप, फोकस द टैप टैप। सब लोग मिलकर फोकस द टैप टैप। लाइव को रिपोस्ट करो, शेयरिंग लगाओ, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करो, शेयरिंग लगाओ। जल्दी 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 लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग। जल्दी 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 लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग। शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, सब लोग मिलकर शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, शेयरिंग लगाते रहे। जल्दी से लिस्टों में घूम जाए, शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, सब लोग मिलकर। कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, फोकस द टैप टैप। लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें, शेयरिंग लगाएं। एम शान तुमने मेरे को फॉलो नहीं करा, जल्दी से यार, थोड़ा सा ना मेरा नेट का इशू हो गया। हसनैन अली की मुझे शेयरिंग नजर आ रही है बहुत। जल्दी जल्दी लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करना है, शेयरिंग लगानी है। जल्दी जल्दी एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग। जिसके पास एक कोई ना टीम को ज्वाइन कर ले, टीम को ज्वाइन करना लाजमी है, टीम को ज्वाइन करना लाजमी है। हसनैन अली फोकस द टैप टैप, मैं तुम्हारे 50 करवा दूंगी। टैप टैप पे फोकस करो भाई, टैप टैप पे फोकस। जल्दी जल्दी लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करना है, शेयरिंग लगानी है। जल्दी 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 लिस्टों में आना है, सबको फॉलो करना है, फॉलो बैक लेना है। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग। जल्दी 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 टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में आ जाए, सबको फॉलो करें, शेयरिंग लगाए, म्यूट लगाते रहे, म्यूट लगाते रहे। जल्दी से सुफियान सबके लिस्टों में घूम जाए, सुफियान आयशा मैं आपको पिक करती हूँ। सुफियान सबके लिस्टों में आ जाए, सबको फॉलो करें, फॉलो बैक लें। सुफियान सबके लिस्टों में आए, सबको फॉलो करें, फॉलो बैक लें। जल्दी से सुफियान सबके लिस्टों में आ जाए। ओके, जल्दी जल्दी शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, शेयरिंग लगाते रहे, सब लोग मिलकर शेयरिंग लगाते रहे। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग, कीप शेयरिंग, फोकस द टैप टैप। लाइव को रिपोस्ट करना है, शेयरिंग लगानी है। जल्दी 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 तुम लिस्टों में आ जाओ, मैं पिक करती रहूंगी। शेयरिंग लगाते रहो, शेयरिंग लगाते रहो, सब लोग मिलकर शेयरिंग लगाना लाजमी है। शेयरिंग लगाते रहो, जितने भी न्यू यूजर है ना, सब लोग मिलकर शेयरिंग लगाते रहो और फोकस द टैप टैप। 5 लाख टैप टैप करना है हम लोगों ने, 5 लाख। वालेकुम सलाम भाई, म्यूट लगा लो।
जनाब तुम सुनाओ।
चलो भाई जल्दी जल्दी लिस्टों में जल्दी
2 मिनट बात करने दो।
नहीं फाइन नहीं म्यूट फाइन। अभी ब्रॉड है ना वर्किंग वाली, बाद में गपशप करना। जल्दी से लिस्टों में भाई लिस्टों में घूम जाओ जल्दी सब
डोगरा में आना तुम कॉल करना व्हाट्सएप पे।
जल्दी लिस्टों में घूम जाओ लिस्टों में। एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग कीप शेयरिंग फोकस द टैप लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें शेयरिंग लगाएं जल्दी फोकस द टैप टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में आए, सबको फॉलो करें फॉलो बैक लें, लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें शेयरिंग लगाएं जल्दी लिस्टों में आते रहे, सबको फॉलो करते रहे फॉलो बैक लेते रहे। कीप टैपिंग कीप शेयरिंग एवरीवन कीप टैपिंग कीप शेयरिंग जल्दी फोकस द टैप लाइव को रिपोस्ट करें शेयरिंग लगाएं जल्दी फोकस द टैप सब लोग मिलकर टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबके लिस्टों में आए, सबको फॉलो करें फॉलो बैक लें। सुफियान आपने मुझे फॉलो नहीं करा।